You got to put down the appletini.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday night. It is What the Show, and it is the second annual Whatstravaganza Speedround Spectacular. Now, what is that mouthful of words I just said? I'm really glad that you asked. We are going to be doing a movie debate speed round tournament. Now, with that tournament, we're going to be having about a little over a dozen competitors coming in and out throughout the night, talking movies and doing something wholly individual and unique on the internet, arguing about them. I do have an esteemed panel of judges with me tonight. My usual co-host, the Deacons, Mike and Bethany.
Hello,
we're here on the tonight?
Cam.
Cheers.
We're ready to time things. We're ready to fact check. If anyone in the chat wants to play a drinking game tonight, I apologize in advance for the alcohol poisoning. Take a drink anytime I say, this is tough, this is hard, ooh, so difficult, ooh, good argument, because it's going to happen a lot.
And it might not. We'll see. Now, our other judge we met right at the beginning of the show, that is Justin the Juice. How are you doing tonight, Juice?
You got to pick up the appletini.
You got to pick up the appletini. I'm having a recorder leg tonight. Wow.
So we're going to do a quick breakdown of the rules. As I mentioned, initial arguments are going to be 30 seconds. Rebuttals, 15 seconds. Now, how do we decide the order of the arguments? Well, we can play the game like this. I will read off the question, and then our competitors will respond. We're going to run a test run with our judges right here. Competitors, what is the greatest Tom Cruise movie?
Top Gun. I've locked it.
Cocktail.
Ooh, good choice.
Ooh. That one where he's that guy.
It's for pretend juice.
It's that one.
This is where probably will go.
All the right moves.
Well, okay. So our order would be Bethany with Top Gun, then Mike with Cocktail, and then Juice with All the Right Moves. We're going to keep in that order. And then after that round is finished, our judges will vote out one competitor until we get through the list. Now, before we get started, I do want to mention streamlabs.com/whattheshow/tip. That is going to be the link for donations. Now, donations don't go to the show. In this case, it is an annual fundraiser for the Speedround Whatstravaganza to go to Care Rescue LA. Care Rescue LA being a shelter that helps educate pet owners and foster animals throughout the Los Angeles area. They're a 503c charity that works within that area, and we love supporting them. We love supporting our furry friends. So, with that down and out of the way, are we ready to introduce our first round of competitors?
Ooh, yes.
I'm so ready.
Who picked number one?
I was born ready.
So, our first competitor, you might know from You Haven't Seen It podcast. I've been a guest on that podcast. It's kind of a lovely time there. You might also know her from Flick and Reel. That is Miss Allison Salomon. Allison, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I am splendid. I took a nappy so I could be awake at this hour.
I respect that.
It's yeah. A lot of Pepsid, a lot of Pepto.
Nice. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be a fun time.
She's got
getting all the rules, all the boring stuff out. Get the wiggles out. Have some fun there.
Ready to go.
Gonna bring in our next competitor. Our next competitor, I met in the mountains of Jerusalem. He was praying to God for forgiveness for the Saracen blood spilt on his blade. He impressed me further in Italy when he saved a fatherless beauty from her dreaded Turkish uncle. In Greece, he sat in silence for a year just to hear and further understand the sound of a whisper. I'm introducing to you the seeker of serenity, the protector of Italian virginity, the servant of our Lord God, Brother Lomas.
Hello, my fellow Americans.
Hello, Brother Lomas. Happy to have you here this evening.
I imagine that you are. I'm divine. Very charming.
I'm still mourning the loss of Wallace Shawn, but we're all getting by here.
That was the fatherless Italian beauty. So it is great to see you. And once again, since I'm not judging, I can't be impartial, but you are a hero in the hearts of many.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And next, you might know from Bite Size Breakdown, you might know as the Boston badass from the Schmodown, we're bringing in Paige for Betty. Paige, how you doing tonight?
Paige.
I mean, as you can tell, I'm wearing sunglasses at 10 o'clock at night, so the night's going
That's how you
well.
do
Still young.
Nice.
Ready to
Nice.
again,
You do it.
names, however that saying goes. But most importantly, we're donating to help puppies and kitties all around LA.
Absolutely.
Yes, we love.
That's what it's all
Speaking of,
about.
a puppy just jumped up. We love our furry friends here at this show. Say hi, Luna. Say hi,
This
furry.
place doesn't help birds, does it?
No, we know.
Birds don't.
Not that we know of.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, no birds.
Okay. I was going to log off this thing, man. This is good.
And before we get started with our first round, we have a $5 donation from John Lestrina saying, I used to drag here back in high school. That railroad crossing heads exactly a quarter mile away from here. On green, I'm going for it. Dominic Toretto. We look forward to
What
seeing
a
you.
quote of the generation, really. It's beautiful. Thank you, Latrina.
All
as
right,
always.
guys.
Great.
Right on.
That's my curious tidbit.
So let's go ahead and get started with our first question. With Hustle being heralded as
Wait,
One of-
AJ, we lost Paige.
Paige.
oh, we lost Paige.
They really showed that up.
Mm-hmm.
We will need all three competitors to do this. If not, she automatically forfeits. I'm just kidding.
We'll be moved to a further round.
further around, and we
I
will-
thought she was just using some intimidation tactics by sitting there and smiling.
Well,
And not
Paige has
saying anything.
Some technical difficulties. We have some other competitors backstage. We might bring in one of them
coming in
early.
earlier.
I can argue for Paige as well.
I would like to see it.
I might see if one of our other competitors currently backstage would be willing to come in.
While AJ is checking on that, I will go ahead and let our current competitors know, which now is just Allison. Allison,
I
look at
win!
you going the
You
first
want
round.
Lomas as well?
I win! Next round!
This is just
Oh wait,
somebody's
brother,
taking
Lomas
out
is
our
back.
competitors.
he is back.
Oh.
Just a little note to the competitors: if you happen to make it more than 2 rounds and at any point
Yes.
need a timeout, please feel free. In between rounds, of course, not in the middle of a round, to let us know, and we will give you a timeout if you need to use the restroom, grab a drink, sit in silence for a minute to pray. Just let us know, and we'll give you. So again, if you make it more than 2 rounds and you need a small pause in the action at any point, feel free to let us know, and we can make that happen for you. We have one of our competitors back. AJ, have you gotten us a third competitor for round 1?
Just 1 second here. I'm confirming with Paige.
She is an
All
East
right.
Coaster, so
So-
she might have to.
I did absolutely zero prep for this. I said, tell me nothing. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know the questions. So I'm going in just as blind as all of you are. So if it looks like I am very unprepared, it's because I am.
Yes, he is. He's gonna be a great judge,
Okay.
everyone. You're not.
We're bringing in from the movie guys, from the fan favorites from the Schmodown, and an all-around fan favorite in general.
Just in
Adam,
life.
how you doing?
Oh,
man?
come on. Jeez, I thought I was coming up later. You got to give me some warning on that sort of thing. I thought Paige was up. What happened?
I know, Adam.
Nothing
That's
of
okay.
Nothing of consequence.
I've been getting ready for this show all day. I've been judging everything around my apartment. TV, that's a terrible place for you. Clock, you're 15 minutes fast. Pantera, stop
What a
biting me when
great
I
time
feed
in
you.
America to be a judge.
So true. So true.
All right, let's get
You
going.
lost your place.
Okay.
You lost your place, Paige.
Then
I'm
Paige,
here to judge now.
We'll be bringing
We're
in
gonna
Paige
swap
for
you,
the
Paige.
second round.
We're gonna,
if,
yeah.
uh,
Spoilers for in the next round.
You can't
yeah,
stream
sorry,
on Mint
everyone.
Mobile.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Since we're running on time, let's go ahead and.
We're doing a great job so far, everyone. Remember, it's for the kitties and the puppies, everyone. Okay.
So,
Let's do this.
our first
Put down
question.
that Appletini.
with Hustle on Netflix being one of the most critically lauded Adam Sandler performances, what is the worst Adam Sandler movie?
You shout out the
first?
answer.
Little
Funny
Nicky.
people.
Little Nicky.
What was your answer, Lomas?
Funny people.
For the people?
Oh.
Little Nicky?
Brave.
Allison?
Oh, I thought Adam. Oh no. Spanglish.
Ooh, bold move, Colin. Let's see how it works
So our
out. for
order
you.
will go, I believe, Brother Lomas shouted out funny people first. Then we have Adam with Little Nicky, if I heard that correct. And then Allison will be coming in third with Spanglish. That is correct?
Let's do it.
All right. So, Adam, your time starts. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Lomas, not Adam.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I
Lomas?
was looking at my timer and I already screwed things up. We're doing a great job so far. Brother Lomas, your time starts. Are you ready?
Thanks for thinking of me.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, and go.
Next to John Quincy Adams, Seth Rogen is the least talented human ever born. And when you pair him with Adam Sandler, like post his apex like Happy Gilmore, it is like an intersecting line graph of over the hill and not funny, like perfectly crossing. And it's like they managed terminal liver cancer not to be funny. And if you can't make that funny, you're a hack, man. They both should have just given up and retired.
Time. You look at 15-second rebuttal, Brother Lomas. All right, Adam, you are up next fighting for the worst Adam Sandler movie in your opinion, which is Little Nicky. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And your time starts now.
Little Nicky is the bridge too far for Adam Sandler for his obnoxious characters that have some lovable edge, I guess, a lot of the time. But this one, he is just so like he's run to the end of his talent for creating characters. So he's just got a guy who just talking like, and his face is all, and you're just like, dude. I know you didn't mean to get this. I would say even against like Jack and Jill, that this is way worse. At least that he
And
settles back
time.
into what we like about him.
All right, Allison, you will be fighting for Spanglish. 30 seconds is on the clock. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And go.
I saw this movie once in theaters, and Adam Sandler doing drama. Besides, I mean, Hustle was great. This one, I don't remember anything about it. I don't think it was that good. I also panicked because it's not good. That's all I got.
Are you using the rest of
You
your
have
time?
time?
How much time? Oh my god, this is the longest 30 seconds ever.
All right, and you're good.
And
Yeah,
also
Adam,
Little
you
Nicky
are
sucks. I
free-
think that's what you were trying to say.
You are free to yell at any time. All right, so everyone gets a 15-second rebuttal. We'll start in the same order. Brother Lomas, you'll be coming in. This is your last 15 seconds to sell us and knock down the other people's arguments. Your time starts now.
One, Reese Witherspoon and Harvey Keitel have the most natural chemistry of any couple in the history of cinema, which is why Little Nicky is a classic. Two, I never watched Spanglish because it wasn't in Spanglish and I didn't want to learn
And
Spanglish.
time. Decent rebuttal. Okay, and Adam, your 15 seconds starts now.
At the very least, Funny People is a Judd Apatow movie. It's got a Judd Apatow arc. It takes its time. It's like a 2.5 hour long movie that goes through this entirety, and it latches on to that period of comedy that Judd Apatow came into and uses that as an influence.
And
that stuff is great. That's a good movie.
And Allison,
am I doing it right?
Yes, we're all doing a great job so far. Allison, your 15 seconds starts now.
Yeah, Funny People is fantastic because it's Adam Sandler doing drama via Judd Apatow. Little Nicky fits right in with the same movies that he was doing of the time with The Waterboy and all that other comedy. So it was right there with you got what you got.
Time. All right,
But
judges.
gone horribly wrong.
You know what time it is. Everyone has argued.
Adam's last statement will be stricken from the record.
Strike that from the record.
Strike the record.
Strike
If
it
not,
from the
we'll
record.
I
decide.
object.
Who's keeping the record?
I object.
We will be voting for who we would like to be eliminated. That sounds mean. I don't want anyone to be
I know.
eliminated. Everyone is good
hate
people.
that.
Somebody gotta
We
go.
like everybody here.
We like
I
everybody
love this
here.
show, but I hate this show.
Yeah, I know. It was honestly my
So
favorite.
fun hanging out with you
A
guys.
vote against me is a vote for Little Nicky. Just know that.
Who
said
would
that.
like to start us off? Everybody locked in? Juicy
If I'm
locked
voted
in?
off first, I probably will cry.
And we're writing down. Yeah, we're writing down the person.
Who are eliminating?
Who you're eliminating?
Oh man. Okay.
Oh no, it's not a fun task.
Judges, let me know when you have your
I'm
selection.
locked in.
Oh
Dang
no.
We're locked in? Okay, we're going to start with Mike, and we're going to go across the screen there.
Okay.
I always do this based on both rounds. If it was just round 2, this would not have been my choice, but because it's both rounds, I do have to vote for Allison.
Makes sense.
Aw.
I'd vote for me too.
Juice.
What?
Oh wait,
I thought we're going across.
I'm sorry. He said going down the screen, so it's me next. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. I don't know how lines work, y'all. I was never good at geometry. Yeah, so I always go based on the arguments. Everyone came up with some pretty crappy Adam Sandler movies. Round 1 is unfortunately what did this person in when they shot down their own argument. At first, when you were like, I don't remember anything about it, I was like, that's a good argument. Like, it's forgettable. You should have stuck with that a little bit more and not like, you never sell yourself out. You never sell yourself out after the round.
Keep words coming even if they make no sense. Get to that 30
So
seconds.
with that said, unfortunately, Allison, I look forward to
Aw.
breaking bread with you tomorrow evening, but unfortunately, you shot yourself in the foot a little bit with that round.
It's okay.
So, Allison,
All right, that's it. I have no need to talk about anything.
Yeah,
Whatever on this board doesn't matter. So
yeah, so true. It
Juice doesn't
doesn't.
have to hurt anybody anymore, but I do have to say now that we no longer have a parasocial friendship, I love Spanglish, so good job.
Unceremonious. That's the.
I
best
actually
way to do
like
it.
all those movies. Not really, not
Unceremonious.
but like I don't mind.
I owned
Spanglish
Little
actually
Nicky
is
at one
probably
point.
my least favorite of all the 3.
Our next competitor has returned from the depths of technical difficulties. It is the Boston Badass Paige for Betty. Paige,
Hey,
so good to see you back.
my
Before
beauty
we
broke
start-
my computer. I apologize, guys, but I'm
It's all the
back.
awesomeness. So here, before we do start our next round, we have 2 more Streamlabs donations. One $5 donation from John Lastrina saying, I'm ready to meet my maker. Are you? Dominic Toretto. And another one from Mark Haas, who we may be seeing a little bit later. Spoilers. Donated $50 for the puppies. Mark,
Yeah!
puppies. We love the kitties. We
Yeah,
love
it's
everybody
okay.
except for the birds, as long as Lomas is here.
No birds.
That's right.
We're gonna
Organization.
skip the order a little bit question-wise here, and we're gonna go to a very simple question. What is the best movie of 2022 so far?
Police
Cha-cha.
Academy 2.
Maverick.
What
What
was the answer, Paige?
Oh, cha-cha real smooth.
Okay, so Nick coming in first with Cha Cha Real Smooth. Lomas coming in Police Academy 2. Not sure he understood the question, but
I
If you-
understood the question.
It's
It
what
counts.
he's watched of
And then-
2022.
Adam will be arguing last with Maverick. Okay. I like all these answers.
I haven't seen any of these movies, so I am ready for this.
Oh.
I will be completely.
All right. So Paige is going first with Cha Cha Real Smooth. You have 30 seconds on the clock. Time starts now.
All right. If you're looking for a coming-of-age dramedy, written, directed, and acted by Cooper Raiff, I don't know if you guys have seen Shit Show, another great film though. This movie is awesome. Supporting cast, amazing. Literally, when the movie was over, I wanted to spend all my time with that cast and didn't want to leave them. It's heartwarming, heartfelt, charming, so grounded. The movie's so beautiful, it will just make you cry because you can relate to it no matter any age. You can relate to this movie. It's amazing. And you get to dance about Miss.
She nailed that one in 30 seconds. All
Right
right.
on the money.
We're going right down the road here. Brother Lomas, 30 seconds on the clock for Police Academy 2. Your time.
Listen, every movie made in 2022 is just someone with like interpersonal conflict, sitting in a corner crying while like abstract music plays in the background. So since they stopped making good movies, I have to go back to when films were films, when like Steve Guttenberg was there at his masculine height, just unleashing his sexuality on the world. Back when Bobcat Goldthwait was showing us how drama was done. When he gave that poet reading in Police Academy 2, the world shut down. Emotionally.
The world shutting down has been stricken from the record that came after John was
That
gone.
was actually COVID that did that.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a little bit
Defund
different
the
these
Police
days.
Academy.
Gosh.
Also, unfortunately,
Strike that from the
Adam's
record.
great joke is stricken from the record.
Strike that from the
And we now have 30 seconds on the clock for Top Gun Maverick. Adam, your time starts now.
Well, it's funny you should mention taking us back to a more innocent time, Brother Lomas, because obviously you agree with me. Top Gun Maverick is the most amazing, reinvention. It gives us all the Tom Cruise. It gives us a brand new Tom Cruise. Glenn Powell is in this movie. And unlike the first one, where we have to go, well, who is Tom Cruise's dad? Who is Maverick's dad? This one, we know the Roosters, we know what happened in the previous movie, and that makes this thing even better than the first one, which was it's not as good as people give it credit for.
And time. All right, 15-second rebuttals for everyone. Paige, we start once again with you, and your time starts now.
Well, number one, Apple TV is about to win another Oscar for Best Picture for Cha Cha Real Smooth, right after how Coda just did that. And also, Top Gun. Yeah, I mean, Maverick is great, but guess what? We already got that. It's a legacy sequel. And Police Academy didn't even come out. Police Academy 2 didn't even come out.
I'm stricken from the record. Brother Loman,
Watch it.
your 15 seconds.
Police Academy. Oh.
No. Go ahead. Okay,
Police
sorry, what's that?
Academy movies are timeless. They are not bound by years. Top Gun 2 is about colonialism. They are violating another country's sovereign borders. 3, Cha Cha Real Smooth is a chain restaurant. It's not even a fucking movie.
I wish Paige could have time for rebuttal to that, but alas.
I go to that restaurant.
And Adam, 15 seconds on the clock for Maverick starts now.
You're going to bring up an argument about violating other people's sovereignty? Bobcat Goldthwait in Police Academy 2 violates every American ordinance possible. At least I want to salute the flag at the end of Maverick, and not because we're bombing a bunch of Russians, but because they destroy the Death Star.
And man, I did not. Oh, this is already getting difficult.
Fact check. Those weren't Russians. They didn't mention the country in Maverick.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
they
We
were.
don't know.
They
No, that's what I'm
were-
saying. You don't need that. You still makes me want to stand up and cheer. Strike that from the record.
It's
Which has
totally.
stricken from the
it's
record. Well, you
totally-
did say it in your argument, so we can actually keep that on the record.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger.
Record that from the strike.
Oh,
Now, this is
judges.
difficult.
Okay, for the fact check,
Comes down
It
to
wasn't
Bobcat
me.
Goldthwait, I think.
Charlie Plummer, who played Sonny Harper in Moonfall.
Okay.
I'm just happy.
Wait, what was
I'm just
the
happy
question?
that Juice gets to go first and then Mike, and hopefully I won't have to show my answer.
Okay.
Juice, don't fuck
lock
up.
in. Lock in your answer. That was.
Well,
a
technically,
good-
if we're going,
You're second, actually.
Damn it! How do I keep getting brought into this? All right.
I
No,
humbly
you're-
request that you entertain the audience right now.
With that guitar. You're
So-
great.
God bless America.
Everyone locked in?
I'm trying to butter you up.
So, as a reminder, it's not the quality of the choice, the quality of the arguments that we're judging on.
Oh, all the arguments. Everyone gave some good.
all right.
Yeah,
all
don't
right.
base it on the quality
Alright,
of argument,
shoot.
please. Whatever you do.
Okay.
Juice. It does go to you next, sir.
Hmm.
This isn't snake draft.
Juice, that mustache on you looks fabulous. Just saying.
Sorry, suck up to the judges. I like it.
Am I? So I am going first.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
All right. So
I hate it.
I haven't seen any of these three movies. So what I was going in for was these. Which of these
Which of them
movies
has Tom Cruise
am I
in it?
getting picked? Which am I getting pitched on to go see? And from
You
the
can watch
three
that for
arguments,
free.
there are certain ones that it was like, okay, I want to see that. I want to see that. I'm still not completely sold on that one. And I just wasn't quite sure on the chain restaurant. And I had to go.
When you watch this movie,
unfortunately.
it's going to be your favorite movie of the year. And then
What's
now
it
I'm
called
going to go back to my Venmo and retract that money I just sent you.
All right.
I will do.
I'm gonna go surprisingly like by the book for me, and there were two movies that were released in 2022 and one that wasn't. So I'm actually gonna go wrong.
Wow.
Oh, I was robbed.
Technicality.
On technicality.
Stop the count.
Check over here. So I will say, upon initial arguments, I was leaning toward Paige and Adam for that fact. I appreciate that Brother-in-law Miss was like, listen, movies these days, we're harkening back to the good classics, whatever. But I like that Adam brought up, like, you can actually have named a movie that came out this year that still gives you that nostalgia. I love a coming of age movie. I actually really do want to watch Cha Cha Real Smooth. And after Paige's first 30 seconds, she was selling me on it. And so everything was good. And then we got to the rebuttal rounds, and I have to say the chain restaurant line and Love is sending right back in his pocket. I like that Adam brought up that, you know, whatever, we don't even know if it's the Russians or the not Russians, but you just stood at the end of that movie, you're on the edge of your seat, you want to stand up and cheer. It was just a good, feel-good summer movie. I'm paraphrasing, he didn't say exactly that, but that was the gist of his argument. So unfortunately, with that said, and this all comes down to the rebuttal, because first round I was swinging one way, second round that chain restaurant line really got me. Unfortunately, I do have to vote for
Oh,
So sorry.
unceremoniously.
ceremoniously.
Aw,
Just
I feel terrible.
So
It's my
this is
teammate.
very brutal.
That wasn't us.
I don't like this.
She had 10
yeah, that wasn't us. I wanted to be known. We did not do that. We would never do
That's my
that.
faction mate.
I know.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm
we
so
thank you,
sorry.
Paige, wherever you
Whose
are.
idea was this?
Better
Whose idea
manager would
was
have
this?
tanked it to, tanked my argument, get Paige back in there.
I did it
Okay.
thoroughly. I really
Brutal.
would like to say I really
I didn't
enjoyed
think
it.
you guys were gonna vote for Paige, so I was like, all right, I'll vote.
I'm sorry. It was that chain restaurant line that really sold me.
So
Oh,
okay, moving right along.
I hate this show.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, most of the people who watch it do, Justin. You don't have to be
Sorry,
up here telling
Paige.
us. But moving right along, we do have another member of the movie guys. If you see one on screen right now, we're kind of getting there by process of elimination. That is
You can figure out which one it is. Yeah.
The Mahoney to my Tackleberry.
I think you said that correctly. By process of illumination, I am here.
yes. Okay.
It's true.
How we doing, Paul?
Listen, you're
Okay.
helping out animals. If you've seen how people have behaved in the last week in the news, it's as good you're helping out animals. It's our last hope.
Right.
Thank you. Real quick, we do have some more donations. One from Paul Preston for $5.
Well, don't let that
going
affect
to
your
the
voting at all.
cause. One from Allison Salmoney saying that was
Well,
fun,
that's
guys.
smart.
Can't wait for the next one. And John Lastrina. Hey, that's mine. James Remar's Agent Markham. So, with that down and out of the way, thank you guys all for your donations that are going to MSQLA. With that down and out of the way, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of E.T. this year. Who should play Elliot in a modern-day legacy sequel to E.T.?
This is going to be my favorite question of the night, I think.
Wait, so Elliot at the current age?
His current age.
Yes. Like
Elliot at 48 or whatever? Okay.
Gary Busey.
That's a choice?
Glenn Powell.
Oh, okay. Glenn Powell up tonight from Adam.
Well, now you caught me. I'm trying to think of all the actors out there, so I'll just go with Glenn Powell.
Ben Stiller.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so we are locked in. The order will be Lomas with Gary Busey, Adam with Glenn Powell. These could not be more different. And Paul with Ben Stiller, who's probably out of the three the most age appropriate. I'm not gonna let that.
Well, we're just gonna let this play out.
Opinion. You know what? It's fine. Okay. All right. Brother Lomas. 30 seconds on the clock. Tell me about Gary Busey. Starting now.
Okay, we're talking about a kid whose mother Munchausen syndromed him into envisioning that there were real aliens, whose sister became a world-famous actress while he ended up working at a Dairy Queen, and who spent his entire childhood believing the CIA was chasing him. He was not going to grow up well-adjusted. He was not going to grow up looking well. You need someone that's broken down and looked like he's been beaten with a bag full of carrots. That is Gary Busey.
And time. Oh, nailed that.
Points for answering like Gary Busey. That was good.
Adam, 30 seconds is on the clock. Please feel free to tell us why Glenn Powell would be the perfect Elliot. Starting now.
Well, Glenn Powell, he's finally cast in Maverick as like a big strapping hero. This guy is like ready to break out. I think Elliot now will be working for some sort of alien agency. He'll be doing all kinds of action stuff. They're not just going to go back with a romantic thing. You need a guy that's going to be able. John Glenn. He played John Glenn in Hidden Figures. This is an American hero. That's who Elliot needs to be.
Oh, and time. Perfect. With 5 seconds to spare, finish that first round. All right, and then we have Paul with Ben Stiller,
but
30
mostly
seconds.
because I forgot to say Patrick Wilson.
That will be off the record. That was not during your time, so we'll allow it.
Strike that for the record.
And for the record, he never said it. And Paul, your time starts now.
Two great things about Ben Stiller. He's an everyman. If you look at a movie like Walter Mitty or something like Along Came Polly. Well, Along Came Polly also ties into his other thing besides the everyman, is the guy who can't be understood. He can't get Robert De Niro to understand what he's talking about. He can't get ahead and win Mary, and there's something about Mary. And so I think he spent the last 40 years going, no, guys, I met an alien. And they always don't get it. And so he has that bewilderment that Ben Stiller rides on. And I'll also say in my last 5 seconds, he could also direct the shit out of it.
And time. Oh, got that in right
Nice
in time,
time,
so it
Paul.
can be in the record. All right. We have 15-second rebuttal from Brother Lomas. Your time starts now.
Paul's argument was, look at Walter Mitty. No one has ever looked at Walter Mitty. No one knows who the fuck Glenn Powell is. But Gary Busey will put the butts in the seats.
And time. I'm not sure how true that is, but I enjoyed that argument. All right. Adam, 15 seconds starts now.
When I think of Gary Busey, I think of Silver Bullet. That's a kid that would not have believed Elliot at all. That's not who Elliot turns into. He goes to college. He's in Everybody Wants Some. That's the Elliot I want. And then he moves on to Maverick. Time. He becomes a top pilot. He fights aliens.
Maverick, stop and Yeah, that's what Elliot joined the Air Force. All right. 15 seconds on the clock starts now.
AJ, you've heard of Ben Stiller?
I'm not allowed to participate.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I'm assuming you all heard of Ben Stiller. Outside of Ben Stiller, your choices are a has-been and a who's that. So you go with the proven commodity in good old Ben Stiller.
And time. Perfect.
Oh,
Even
with
with
a turn of
the,
phrase there.
with the HA time, you still got in your argument the time. All right, everybody, lock in your answers. It's a tough one. All right. Oh, God. Oh,
I wish
Lordy.
Cha Cha Real Smooth was also the name of an actor.
Yeah.
that's
And the
Can't
Academy
guarantee that's not the girl from West Side Story.
Cha Cha Real Smooth.
Which girl from West Side Story?
Well, there's a Cha-Cha character, so
There is
going
a
with that's her last name.
Real Smooth.
It's real smooth.
Real Smooth. Real Smooth, Cliff. A movie.
So does the character, not the actor. I'm just making sure they're taking notes.
And listen, we can trust in Peggy. Peggy knows. She says she's been aware of Glen Powell for years. She also knows a lot about When Harry Met Sally, so she's good in my book.
So there's two things about Peggy.
So I am ready.
All right, go for it, Juice.
So
You who goes first.
Go
ahead.
I went first the first round.
Yeah, and then Juice just went first last round. But it doesn't really matter.
Oh. Whatever. All right. Yeah. Whatever. I'll go first. All right. Okay. So would have went for this. I was on board with this argument, but this person made me realize they were arguing for if they had picked somebody else, the argument would have been so much better. If Adam would have picked Randy Quaid instead of Glen Powell, I would have easily
You're
went
right.
for
I
it.
worked my way around to the proper argument. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I ended up with the argument, but not the actor. Yeah, okay. That's valid. That's valid right there.
Pick Randy Quaid.
That's valid. And that would have knocked Lomas out with that, because Randy Quaid, you're going to choose between those two.
Right.
Yeah, okay, I get
Right.
it. I get it.
There's no doubt that Randy Quaid, would have been. I'm on board with you, Juice, on this one. And this was tough because all three of you did very, very different approaches towards this. And we had one that I found very logical, and then one that was extremely absurdist, and then we had one that was kind of a little bit in the middle, and that's kind of I went with that one.
The one in the middle was Gary Busey.
Oh, I'm out.
I have to say, you swayed me on Glen
Now
Powell.
look, I
wouldn't
have
thought
one more
it.
thing to say before you knock me off the stream, and that's
That was your cue. That was your cue.
timing is very important in comedy. That's all I wanted to say.
Yes,
before I left.
AJ, come on.
That the key is that you just want a good amount of timing.
Yeah,
You got it that time.
We got
Thank you, Adam. Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much,
much,
Adam.
Adam. We love you.
We did get another donation from Paige for Betty. We love you, Paige, and she's saying because I love y'all and for the puppies.
Yes.
So
For the
now
puppies.
we're approaching $100 for Care Rescue LA from this stream alone, from all you amazing
Right on.
people. Let's keep this going for Care Rescue LA tonight. We're going to be bringing in our next competitor. Our next competitor you can find on the Christian Harloff channel for the Rewatch series, on the Real Rejects, on the New Rock Stars. Pretty much if it's a channel that talks about movies, this one included, this man is just speed running through the internet. And that is Mr. Coy Jandro. Coy, how you doing tonight?
The champ is
Here on the internet. I
Our
appreciate that
current
intro.
champ.
Yes.
I gotta say it's right up there with Lomas's though. I heard some Knight's Tale earlier and I got pretty flustered.
Right?
It was a solid intro. It is also weird to see Brother Lomas in color.
It's my day off.
Even in person when I see him at Schmoedown tapings, I'm like, I don't like this Pleasantville version. I don't know about this.
Alrighty, guys. So yeah, Coy, you are the returning champion. We're gonna be seeing if how far you can defend tonight. We're gonna go right into that next question for us. Now we heard a little Moonfall mentioned earlier. So this one is in honor of Donald Sutherland's role in Moonfall. Which if you guys haven't seen, it's amazing. In honor of Donald Sutherland's role in Moonfall, what is the best single scene or cameo performance in a movie of all time?
Matt Damon Eurotrip.
Okay.
You can just say the actor if you guys don't want to do too much.
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
Okay.
In all of them?
Any
all of
movie.
them.
Just has to be in one scene in the movie. Or
Oh.
There's too many, but I gave you
All right. Steven Seagal in Executive Decision.
I'm excited to hear this argument because, okay. So right down the row this time, we started with Coy locking in his answer first with Matt Damon. Then we had Paul locking in his answer with William Dafoe and all of them. Just kidding. We're going to have the movie soon. And then last but not least, Brother Lomas was Steven Seagal in something.
Executive Decision.
Executive Decision.
It's on Tubi.
Oh, well, you know I love me a Tubi movie, so we might be checking that out later. All right, let me get 30 seconds on the clock. You know the drill, Troy. You're a seasoned pro at speed rounding. Your time starts now.
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me set up cameos every Sunday. This is a cameo that built the world of Matt Damon cameos, and it's in an obscure indie sex comedy. Everyone was confused. They didn't believe it was Matt Damon. He was almost unrecognizable, and this is in peak Jason Bourne Matt Damon. It is surprising. It is subversive. It is entertaining. It is memorable, and most of all, it is something that elevates the film, which is what a good cameo should be, and it set up the rest of his cameos in the future. I succeed the rest of my time.
Oh, with 4 seconds to spare, nailed it. All right, Paul, your 30 seconds start now.
The first time I learned about how an actor can come into a movie, completely take it over, then hand it back, was Willem Dafoe in Born on the 4th of July. He comes in the middle of that movie as a fellow Vietnam vet who's completely a mess. He can't have sex. And it's one of his big lines. He comes in, he says, "Bitch thinks it's funny that I can't move my dick." And welcome to the movie, Willem Dafoe. And he absolutely takes it over from Tom Cruise, no less, perhaps the biggest movie star of all time. Hands it back when he's done. I mean, that's a cameo you can't reckon with. Or you have to reckon with.
This is, wow, we're already 2 arguments in, and we've already, this is intense. Okay. Brother Lomas, 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
One, the movie may actually be called Air Force One. I'm not positive. But anyway, Harrison Ford is on an airplane and he's the president, but all the marketing had Steven Seagal. It was marketed as a Steven Seagal starring film, but then he dies like 2 minutes in. There is literally a plastic straw that diffuses a bomb that gets more screen time. And it's not a bendy straw. Like, it's a standard little straw that gets more screen time than Steven Seagal. And yet...
You're right. Bendy straws do deserve more screen time than regular straws. So I'm with you on that part. Okay. We're going to do our rebuttals now. Coy, you're up first to bat with your 15-second rebuttal.
I love Willem Dafoe's performance in that film, but it was definitely a performance. It was a moment not as memorable or as striking or surprising as Matt Damon. I'm not exactly sure what Seagal movie we're talking about with Lomas, but I do know that when I think about that song, I get the magic of punk rock Matt Damon, which cannot be topped even by the great Willem Dafoe, who's just fine in that movie.
All right. Woo, compose. Okay. I'm not even sure what movie you're talking about. That was good. Okay. And Paul, your 15 seconds start now.
Well, that's it. What movie is he talking about? If he's talking about Executive Decision, Seagal's billed above the title. That's not a cameo. And a straw is a better actor than Seagal. So that also is a bad case for him to win anything. Also, I think Coy came in here with a shitty mic.
Is that me? Am I the problem?
It might be. I'm not sure.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
I unplugged it and plugged it back in, as I learned with Best Buy.
Ah.
I mean, that is the key, usually.
Geek Squad.
All right.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Brother Lomas, 15 seconds on the clock. Let's see how this goes. Your time starts now.
One, DJ Quills makes me uncomfortable, so I rule out that film as existing. Second, it is a cameo because he's in it for less than 35 minutes, which is the cutoff for all cameos. The straw is in the movie for 42 minutes. The straw is the star. Seagal is the cameo. I don't understand what you're not getting about this.
Time. The last straw rant will be stricken from the record, everyone.
Now, I will say, had you mentioned that Elton John showed up in Kingsman Golden Circle for a 35-minute cameo, then we would have, then we could have allowed that.
It'd be different
Have a conversation.
But
Wikipedia is the length of a cameo.
That's fascinating.
Isn't it? Like, looking
Just,
back,
they
Elton
send
John's
Elton
the
John
best
out.
part
They're
of
like,
the
no,
movie.
34 minutes. You got to go, Elton. Sir Elton, too much.
Too much Sir Elton. All right, everybody locked
All
in?
right, so we did Mike, Bethany, me, Mike, Bethany, me, Mike, Bethany. So I think we should start with Bethany this time, and then we'll just kind of even it out as we go.
Okay. So this was a very good round. The first arguments were very strong. We had more of a comedic take with Matt Damon's cameo, a more serious-ish take. I liked the line Paul said, when you can outshine Tom Cruise, who at the time / maybe today is probably the biggest movie star in the world. That was a very good argument. And then Brother Lomas, well, I enjoyed the hell out of the bendy straw. Well, it's not even a bendy straw, actually.
It's not a bendy straw.
I'm not even entirely sure what movie we were discussing. So with that said, I'm going to have to go with, well, now I'm changing my argument because only one person on screen is saying, no, I'm just kidding. I'm going to have to go with Brother Lomas. Sorry, I enjoyed
You can edit Wikipedia pages, man. Those aren't accurate.
I'm telling you, you can't trust them. They even say that Wallace Shawn is still alive, and that's clearly not true. So
Shady sons of bitches. No, he's dead.
All right. It's going to come down to pretty simple.
Wait, is he dead? Because I looked that up as soon as you mentioned it, and I didn't see it.
He is definitely dead.
He's still alive.
I saw him die.
Brother Lomas saw him die, though. It's a long story.
He's great.
It's a very long story. We had three powerhouse arguments here, three wonderful arguments. Two of them made sense. One of them had me very confused, so I have to vote for Lomas.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt and betrayed.
But at the moment, Lomas is the MVP at the moment.
Woohoo!
Yeah, sure, you have lasted quite a few rounds.
He has lasted the longest at the moment. So as of right now, Lomas is our MVP.
Current MVP.
Thank you.
So, I think we should take a quick break because the sound issue is still happening. But I need to go to the bathroom and stuff. So I think this would be a good time for a quick little reset. See if we can
Sort that out.
figure out what's going on with the sound.
So
I will be putting up the 5-second warning for everyone.
If you want to do that, leave and come back. That'd be awesome there. And then I guess it's just
wasn't me. Not my mic.
Wasn't you.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's just the four of us holding
We're
it
not
down.
hearing it, so it's not us. It might be Coy. I feel like it
So-
started around the time he entered.
This is broadcasting where everybody goes and like takes a shit in the middle of the show, and we all
Yes.
kind of hang out.
It's broadcasting when you're on What the Show. That is how we roll.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it.
Is it better?
It is.
Actually, it's a lot better.
Yes.
I think
that
that's
was driving me nuts. So I'm sorry. Whatever I did to bring the ghost with me, that was like, it was like I was underwater but with demons.
A little bit of like a tunnel sound.
Didn't love it. Didn't know it was me. Didn't enjoy it. Now I know I'm cursed.
Well, Lomas left the stream, and all of a sudden your mic got better. So maybe that was what it was.
Him. I do think I've seen an episode where Mario Lopez just stormed off for a minute. So it's an option.
See, I think with the kids is Lomas in the room with you?
I need to acknowledge all the Glenn Powell Top Gun Maverick love and agree that I want to run this whole thing on Top Gun Maverick, but it was already done. I couldn't by the time I got it.
Can you imagine Glenn Powell sitting for 2 years on this? You're like, I'm going to be a star, but I gotta wait. Oh, brutal.
Yeah,
I can't imagine because I know Glenn and have had that conversation for a little over 2 years, and I know his next 3 things. And Homeboy is going to be everywhere very soon.
Yeah,
wow.
And I loved him, and everybody
was
wants
great.
some and wanted more
Dude,
immediately.
he's
And
so good, and everybody wants some. Like that movie is so slept on. It is such a good spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused. How it isn't bigger is beyond me.
Oh, I drive around LA to Rapper's Delight whenever possible. It's
That's
nothing
good.
nothing makes you feel better, you know.
On
it
a
cures all your
similar
road
note,
rage.
Could you imagine being Miles Teller and thinking everybody's gonna like me now for 2 years?
Whatever he has done to get like PR training and or walkabout for himself, like he's such a good vibe right now, and I'm so happy for him. Like I enjoy Miles Teller's ness right now.
Yeah, like he killed it in there. He's a pool of charisma with everything with Top Gun Maverick. He's killing it in The Offer. Like good for him.
Good abs shimmy.
Yeah,
it's great. A solid oblique to ab shimmy combo, like what everyone needed.
Oh yeah,
we're all in a pandemic. We need a little striations.
Yeah, goals.
Goals.
And I mean, right now, if I'm gonna quote a Taxi Driver, it's June 29th. I need to get to work because sitting down has destroyed my body.
You know, they actually filmed that whole sequence twice. They trained for it for months and months, and then they shot it, and then they went out after to get like milkshakes and like everything they'd like written down lists, and milkshakes was the first. They all went out gorged, and then Tom came back a week later and was like, "Hey, we almost got it. It's not quite," and they had to go back into training and reshoot all of that.
Could you imagine?
You heard about the jet fuel story he told?
Dude, I love that so much.
The Miles Teller, yeah. If you haven't heard, he talked about how he wasn't feeling well, went to the doctor. The doctor said, you have jet fuel in your blood from making Top Gun Maverick. So he told Tom Cruise, he's like, I got jet fuel in my blood. And Tom's like, it's every day for me, kid. I'm paraphrasing, but total Tom Cruise line.
It's Tom Cruise. There is a reason he's the last movie star.
He's the last.
Ain't that the truth?
We're joking about Juice taking a shit, but you think that's what's going on?
Oh, it's happening.
Really? Just in time.
Were we joking?
Just in time.
Welcome back.
His name's Justin. You were just in time there.
Hey.
Oh, all right. So we're going to be bringing in our next guest, and that is somebody I was excited to see tonight, really excited to see talk some movies. That is Adam the Coyote Collins. Adam the Coyote Collins.
Mueller?
That's
Otacon, I've infiltrated what the show. It's AJ Lancaster.
Well, I think it's I think we don't get the coyote tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's John Getz.
John Getz, welcome to the show.
Excellent confusing voice work. I was confused. I was looking for coyotes.
This is a Metal Gear reference.
I heard the sound and then the voice, and then my brain was still like, what is this coyote doing?
They tried to swing David Hayter. They had to settle for me.
Dude, I got 3 Steve Ditko Stan Lee comics today. I thought of you.
Ooh, nice.
I got 16, 17, and 19. I'm down to 30 books I need.
Whew.
Wow.
It was a big day. I haven't seen 3 books of that era. They had 14 of my 33 I needed, but I have to also eat.
Who did you mug to get there?
Well, I might have paid for 2 of them, but
Nice. All right, guys. So we're ready to rock and roll. We're back going.
I'm ready to rock.
Let's do this.
To roll.
Everybody's pooped.
Okay.
Let's do
So,
this.
Speak for yourself.
since we did have a video game intro, I do have to ask.
Ooh.
In the sequel to Mortal Kombat 2021, who should play Johnny Cage?
Glenn Powell.
These were they just gonna be one foul all night. I love it.
Oh, that's a great answer. Louis Tan. You heard me.
I can't. Can I get a new marker?
You got to come with a Boyd Holbrook.
All right, so we went straight down the line again. I think John answered first.
Yep.
Then we have Coy and then Paul. Okay.
What was Paul's answer? Sorry, I was looking up Louis Tan.
Boyd Holbrook. And Louis Tan was
yeah.
in MK 2021. Just
right.
That's what you need to know.
All right.
All right.
I think we're ready. Ooh, 30 seconds on the clock. John, your time starts now.
Glenn Powell, he just had an entire movie where he rocked a toothpick in his mouth the entire time. It's the most cliche thing ever, and he made it work. He can do the same with sunglasses. He's going to be twirling them. He's going to be doing cocky moves. He's going to say, this is where you fall down. And it's going to be so believable because he's already jacked. He's already got the swagger. He's already got everything that you need for Johnny Cage. You just basically need to change his wardrobe, give him more shirtless scenes, which we all saw on the beach, is working just fine. So he's basically got all the bases covered.
And time. All right, beautiful. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Coy, your time starts now.
What you need a sequel to do is to improve upon the first, and what you can do with this is have the storyline be, oh wait, Louis Tan's name in the movie, which was so not memorable, I can't remember it right now, but I do remember Louis Tan, is that he finds out his real history, his real story, and that is that he's actually Johnny Cage. We finally get Mortal Kombat having a tournament. We finally get our protagonist to have a real purpose, and we keep the awesome Louis Tan, who's an actual martial artist, doing the role he was meant to do. It was a misstep to not have him as Johnny Cage in the first place. We retroactively make that wrong right.
Oops. Only when the actual thing goes off. All right. Paul, 30 seconds. You know the drill. On the clock. Time starts now.
If you don't know who Boyd Holbrook is, you're just not paying attention. He was the cocky villain in Logan, and he was in The Predator. So this guy has come into sequels before and made them great. He can do it again. He looks the part, too. He's a tough guy. And the best part is he's in a movie called Vengeance that's coming up soon with B.J. Novak. And he really pulls out the comedy chops for that. So he's going to have the looks and the wisecracking, and he's going to be able to kick ass. And you don't want to do that to Glenn Powell's career.
Already starting with a rebuttal. Okay. All right. Time on that. Go back to John, 15 seconds on the clock. Starts now.
Okay, Boyd Holbrook, from what I remember of Logan, he's kind of scrawny. He had a robot arm, which is more of a Jax thing. I just don't know if he can bulk up for this sort of thing. And you know what, Glenn Powell, he's got too much going for him, whereas these guys all have to work to get to that point.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Coy, 15-second rebuttal starts now.
You know, I like Boyd Holbrook, but he's definitely Glenn Powell's the new version of him. I don't know if I need either one of these. I want a guy who's a martial artist first and an actor second, not choosing one or the other. I want a man actually engaged. These pretty blonde boys can wait on the sides for this one.
And time. And then Paul.
Wait, who was Coy's pick again?
Louis Tan.
All right.
15 seconds on the clock starts now. And we're at 5, 4.
Coy, no one knows who you're talking about.
I'll say I can pick a winner in this round. I'm not sure I can pick a loser. But if I was asked to vote for who won this round, I could tell everyone.
There was just so much spite. And then one person who was nice the entire time.
I know.
But the one person who was nice got the answer everybody else wanted.
Yeah, that's true, to be honest. Oh, God. This one is, I think this has been the most difficult one so far, seriously. I don't know who, jeez, I'm dropping things. I don't know who lost this one. Again,
Put it under your desk, it'll, won't.
I think the graphic to this episode just needs to be Glenn Powell's abs.
I know. If I only would have known, we should retroactively change
What the Show Hero tournament needs to be revised. It's now Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell is now
just casting Glenn Powell, utilizing Glenn Powell, best works of Glenn Powell.
Into the Powellverse.
Did anyone see that? What's the romance he did on Netflix? Is that any good?
I haven't seen that. It's on my list.
The hookup or the switch up or the turnaround or the.
I'm not sure.
The get
I
back.
just watched the one with Charlie Day and it was cute.
So we did get a $5 donation.
That's Netflix's problem is I don't know what you're talking about.
They see what I'm saying. Jenny Slate and Charlie Day should be a bigger deal.
Yes, we watched that one.
Saturday, guys. Yes, got a $5 donation from Brother Lomas. Since I was robbed and should be in this round, the only choice for Johnny Cage is Paul Giamatti.
You know what, Brother Lomas?
Anybody said that, they would want that.
It would automatically win.
Easy. Yeah.
He would show up at the end and just scream.
Based on his outside the box answers today, I just check and make sure those are American dollars.
That's fair. Also, once you guys vote, I had another answer that I thought of after I was in mine, so I want to give that one.
They are Danish krona.
Everyone
I think
locked
it's you.
in? Oh, is it me first? First last
No,
time.
I did.
I need to lock in. I'm trying to.
Okay, I'll go
Five
first.
seconds.
Oh, all right. I'll let you go because I don't.
Or yeah, let me lock in.
Yeah, lock
then
in.
you can go.
Yeah.
I'm still deciding. All right. Gosh dang it. All right.
Really
All right.
hard. Do we have a tiebreaker question?
Okay. All right.
We've done that before. I'll do it again. Okay. Are you locked in? Okay. I will go. This one really was the most difficult. John got, I think he locked in his answer first. He gave such a great answer. Round one was a strong argument. I could see it. The twirling of the sunglasses, all of that was great. Then Coy went next. Obviously, I kind of thought you had the most uphill battle with your pick since he was in the first movie, but then you were like rewriting the script and I was like, why am I into this? Yes, actually, he finds out that he's Johnny Cage in the sequel. Okay, I can get down to that. Paul kind of threw the death blow with his Glenn Powell's too good for Mortal Kombat. sadly is accurate. So I was really excited to hear John's rebuttal because I loved your pick. I loved your initial argument. I want to hear you rebut that a little bit. And I felt like the rebuttal just wasn't there. And again, Paul, that was just such a good kill shot. So it wasn't even necessarily, John, that your argument was bad. Like, it was a great choice, but that once Paul said that, I needed a little bit more from you. So unfortunately, with that said, I had to vote to eliminate you from the island. Next up to bat, sir.
That's Juice next.
Oh, Juice. That's right. Sorry.
So what was yours again? I need to write it down. What was yours,
I believe you're just going to let your wife talk about Mortal Kombat like that. I mean, jeez.
I'm sorry that I'm riffing on Mortal Kombat. That is frowned upon on this show.
So I had a similar
It's rocky good. It's not like good.
Coy did a great job with essentially helping to rewrite a little bit of the script of the last one and improve it. So I was all on board for that. So it kind of came down between Paul and John, and man, it was tough. I just not really sure why, but my gut was Paul. That's what I wrote down. So I don't have a big explanation like Bethany does. That's just my gut was saying. So I'm sorry.
AJ, I'll pay you $3 American if you vote for Paul. I don't have a lot of money.
AJ doesn't vote.
Oh, damn it.
You have to buy off Mike.
I go as partial as I want to be.
Mine's going to come down pretty much what happened here. I loved all three arguments, but one of the arguments contradicted itself because the initial argument had to explain who it was and then took a shot at somebody because nobody knows who that is.
Who was in the first movie.
I had to go Paul.
That was my reason.
Paul won the entire round.
Kids watching the show.
That was tough.
Kids watching the show hoping to be on here, just learn from me. It doesn't pay to be right.
So, let the record show, my alternate answer was Nicolas Cage, and I thought it'd be a really fun meta commentary of him as like the wise sensei, and you get full like power Cage and like living up to his namesake because he's named after Luke Cage, and then Johnny Cage took that namesake.
You got to do the CK Nick Cage from Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, but I don't get to play it about.
How about Christopher Lambert?
What?
I'm gonna go watch Set It Up.
Since it is our
That
goodbye,
would be
Set It Up is the name. Set It Up. I hear good things.
Since it is the goodbye to the movie guys for the night.
I only like Bethany.
Is there something amazing coming up?
So do we.
Same. Is there something amazing coming up or coming out from the movie guys? You want to tell us about before you leave?
Feel free to take the LA film locations tour from the movie guys. See all the places in LA where the greatest movies have been made. I'll take you there with a customized list of stuff that you pick, so I don't take you to movies you've never seen or hate. So it's a super customized, private tour. And that's the best thing we got going on. Of course, the Ford Fiesta is back for season 2. Adam and I talk about every Harrison Ford movie that's ever been made. We just dropped the the Apocalypse Now episode where we let Kaiser drink for far too long before he was our special guest. So that's what's going on.
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna come
Thanks
on
for
at some
the
point. I'm excited.
Yeah, he made enough movies. Look at the IMDb and let us know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anchorman 2 is mine.
Locked.
In 6 years, I'll see you for Anchorman 2.
The magic is happening right here.
Family.
Cheers. All right,
All
guys.
right.
So now we're gonna be we have a little bit of a comic book or in comic book movie row coming up at
I'm
the
excited.
moment.
Oh, yeah.
Our
Got a good
next
question for us.
competitor is the host of the Fancast It 4 podcast, which has been an amazing listen so far. Somebody I consider a friend who's just a state away from me in Iowa. I need to go visit. But that is Mr. Dan Bettenhausen. Dan, how are you doing tonight?
Cheers.
Welcome to
Great.
the show.
This is the Cats Watch.
What's that?
Someone just murdered Justin.
I mentioned cats. Justin is gone.
This is now the movie Unfriended 3.
I'm worried.
Is the Riddler about to come on the screen?
All right.
I think that Justin's having some technical difficulties.
All right. Hold on. I think
wanna
Justin's
text
having some difficulties. Hold on. I'm gonna
much.
make a quick message here and see what's going on, and we'll see if we have to pivot or anything like that. But
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, we might
Yeah,
have
this is
to.
the high quality production
we
value.
have a backup. This entire night has been extemporaneous, by the way. I don't know what number we're on.
Good word.
We've been on people coming
That's a
in,
great
coming
question. What
out.
number are we on?
This is
The 6 or hold
Sorry.
on, I can tell you if I
You told me I was 8, so we would be on 9. Or 9?
I've seen some visceral reactions to 2019's Cats. None like that.
Okay.
Oh, and I was going to say before that all happened, AJ, you forgot to mention that this is our defending Scrubs trivia champion right here.
Sure, we have on the screen.
No, I already put down the Appletini.
You did.
Pretty easy on the teeny.
Huh.
Yes, we have here. Yeah, the 8th. I don't even know.
Yeah.
We're getting through it. We're halfway there, if not more than halfway.
Living on a prayer.
Living on
We're
a prayer.
definitely more than halfway there. There is some
Since we have
issues
a bunch of
going on, some
people
competitors.
Brown
We've kind of
Jovi.
moved
Best
around
dad?
some rounds.
Brown Jovi.
Big fan of Brown Jovi.
If this is your first introduction to our channel, yes, this is. I mean, it's an above average level of chaos, but we should ask a question.
Yeah, hit us with it.
So this is our second in honor of Moonfall. What is the second best movie with Moon in the title?
Ooh, that's tough.
Moon?
Damn it! I was thinking if I could navigate that. Okay. Yep.
Wait, John, was that you answering?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying Moon. Sometimes I look down and then I'm like, who spoke? This is a difficult question. What has Moon in the title?
There's one other obvious.
I just thought of a better one.
Well, you've only said Moon.
Oh,
so-
there's a really, really bad one.
Can I just say Raker and act like it was a...
That's why I
gave it away to somebody.
No, I was thinking that, but I wanted to see if I could think of a stronger one. So I'll go Moonraker.
Moonraker. Okay.
So John has Moonraker. Okay.
No, Dan does.
Dan has
Yeah.
Moonraker? Okay.
Yeah.
John is locked in with Moon.
Moon and Moonraker, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there one with it like in the middle of a word somewhere? That's what I'm wondering.
Probably.
I love Moon so much, and I hesitated like a fool.
So Danny, I'm in the back in the chat asking, does Moonfall count? Only if you can argue for it being the second best movie with Moon in the name.
Yeah. True.
I've got one, but it might be too obscure, but I'm going to argue my butt off with it. I'm going to go Box of Moonlight.
Okay.
Box of Moonlight,
Yes,
okay.
I will 100% admit
If it's obscure, it's not going to.
But
nobody's seen Transformers Dark of the Moon.
That's not a good movie.
the only one worse than Moonfall.
I was gonna go Man in the Moon, the Jim Carrey or whatever.
That would have been a good one.
Everyone thinks of things.
Mine there. Anyway, yeah, we should save this for after.
Man on the Moon would be a good one.
Okay, so John is up first. So John, Dan, Coy. Okay. John, you are up first, arguing for Moon. 30 seconds starts now.
Moon is just a deep exploration of some kind of isolation, the internal psychology of a man who's sort of stranded, because it gets into a lot better than Armageddon. What Armageddon might have called space dementia, this movie actually gets into the psyche of somebody who would be out in space and the challenges that they would face. It's a lot more kind of artsy than anything. It made us trust this guy to do Warcraft, which unfortunately didn't go well, but it showed what isolation can do to you in a more extreme environment.
Oh man, yeah. Why did no one think of Moonlight? It literally won an Academy Award.
I was thinking that the whole time these guys were answering. I was very happy.
Oh, was that your other one?
Yeah.
See, it's so much easier when you're not put on the spot, you know?
I could have told it as dramatic pause and then finished the word.
You're like,
dot.
I tried to get Kevin to do that with Kate Blanchett. It didn't work out for us either. Kate Blanchett.
All right, Dan, 30 seconds on the clock starts now.
Okay, we've seen Bond go everywhere at this point, but we finally see him go to space. Here, we see Bond introduce lasers, one of the best weapons in the GoldenEye video games. It is somewhere we haven't seen Bond go. It's a new adventure and a new villain. We're not seeing him fight this Blofeld. It's new villains. And then, ultimately, we see Jaws again, one of the best villains in James Bond lore. But he's not just a villain anymore. In the end, we see him fall in love and go from this evil character to someone with feelings.
And time. Ooh, nailed that perfectly. All right, Coy, last but not least, 30 seconds on the clock starts now.
I'm going to paint you a picture. This is a Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn-esque film starring Sam Rockwell, a young Sam Rockwell, a very slept-on film with Catherine Keener, Sam Rockwell, John Turturro's here. This movie's got Dermot Mulrooney. It is an indie darling of a film, and what it does is it captures the feeling of Moon Knight. What it does is capture the feeling of Moonlight. It captures the feeling of being young and being out in nature and just wanting that free spirit to take over. And when I look at the moon, I think of this film, and I would think of being a young free spirit, I think a box of Moonlight.
Time. All right.
All right.
I will say, so far, all very strong arguments. Okay.
Did a quick fact check. Coy's movie does indeed exist, and I'm very surprised.
This would have been a great Night Falls moment.
He named way too many actors in it for it to be fake. If you could just think of that, but you're like, it's got it.
I guarantee if Brother Lomas was still in, we would have got like Moonfalls.
We would have gotten Moonraper, movie with Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, you know what? All right. John, 15 seconds starts now.
Okay, I don't know what movie Coy is talking about, so I'll just say that Moonraker is a cheap Star Wars knockoff, and there's a reason that they went more grounded after that, and you can't blame it for a video game made 20 years later having a cool weapon. That has no bearing on how good the movie is, and it does nothing for its legacy.
And time. All right. Dan, got 15 seconds. Starting now.
I'd be careful throwing stones and one of your two stars is Kevin Spacey. Plus, with Coy's movie, it's so obscure it got obliterated by one of Moonfall's gravity waves. It's gone. It's in the stratosphere. No one cares.
And time. Okay, shots fired. I thought, okay, we're getting chippy. I like it. All right, Coy, 15 seconds on the clock starts now.
They screened this at the Egyptians where I saw it with Sam Rockwell. It was incredible. It was darling. This movie, Moon, is the best movie. Mine is the second best movie, which was the question. And yes, A Weapon does not a good movie make. So the second best movie, mine.
And time. All right.
Man, I really wish I had seen the movie I picked. I was about to say something about Sam Rockwell. I'm like, was that the one he was in? No, I'm not
like
sure.
We had two movies with Sam Rockwell on the Moon basis.
I knew it was artsy. It's like, it's probably good.
Yours is the best. I think mine is the second best.
I like that you threw that in there at the end because it was like, well, yeah, that is what we're arguing. It's the second best Moon. All right. Oh God, I don't know. This is.
I need to start like recording stats and just making the stats decide for me.
This is. God, I don't know.
Porg's behind you right now. Just
I think I'm locked in, but I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. I'm going with my gut.
All right, who starts this round, AJ?
All right, so let's work down the line. Let's go, Mike, Bethany, Juice.
All right, so I really enjoyed all three arguments, honestly, this round. Like, you all did a very good job. The movie Coy mentioned I'd never heard, and he's like sold me on it in round one 100%. It's like, okay, you've intrigued me enough to at least look it up, watch a trailer at the very least, figure out what this movie he's talking about is. So it came down to basically in the long run, it was all three of you put up we're throwing haymakers, and I just felt like two of you put up like A's and one of you put up an A-, and that's no knock against the A-, but I gotta go, John.
I'm not. First of all, kudos, John, for arguing a movie
you've never seen. That's incredible.
It was a lot easier to rebut because I could just talk about the guys.
Yeah,
I've seen that movie.
And that's what I was gonna say. Is your rebuttal actually was very strong, and I was like, "Oh, no one's gonna beat that rebuttal." And then Dan came in, shots fired, and I was like, "Oh, wait, we're here to play." So both of you had very strong rebuttals. Coy's initial argument, kind of like Mike was saying, sold me. Full disclosure, I've never seen any of these movies. And of the three, again, because unfortunately, John, you were a little vague in the beginning. Now I understand why. So you did a really good job considering, because I wouldn't have thought. I was just like, oh, he's kind of being vague, whatever. Quite a little more facts. So of the three, again, going as someone who has never seen any of those, what's the one I wanted to see the most afterward? Probably Coy's. But I thought Dan had the best rebuttal. So with all that said, I swear, John, I don't have it against you here, but I did vote for you to be eliminated, unfortunately, because the other two, one I wanted to see more, the other one I thought did a better rebuttal job, and yeah, that's all I have to say. I love you, John.
All I remember about Moonraker is like Roger Moore is like sitting in something, and he is like it's like a Six Flags ride. He is like
there's a lot of fast motion in that movie. All the action,
and it's like insane.
Speed it up.
But I did love those arguments. I was on the same page with my two co-hosts, unfortunately. But
it was
a great run, John.
James Bond doesn't have a car.
Can we also give John the MVP of not having seen the movie he argued award tonight?
Yes, that was great.
I love whoever can do that. Honestly, always
impressive. That first round.
I was like, of anything I voted against, this was the strongest argument of anything I voted against.
Yeah. You did have a decent rebuttal there, like I said. And then
the rebuttal was on. Yeah.
So also, for my Screen Junkies era, I definitely have done that tactic myself, where I was like, if I can just get through the first chunk, I can fight this.
I can fight this.
Once you have something to attack afterwards.
Yeah, you just have to hear what you're attacking, but in the meantime, you're like, I love cinema.
This is great, right, guys?
Where can people find you?
So, John, where can we find you?
I actually managed to get my name, so it's just John Getz on YouTube. It's John Getz on Twitch, or John_Getz on Twitch. So play some games. Still playing some Tiny Tina's.
Nice. All right, man. Well, hey,
you're a homie.
Sure check that out.
And the man's got me watching hella My Hero Academia, which I'm about to be caught up on.
Yes.
Talk to Loomis about that.
Well, hey, man, you have a great night.
Thanks, John.
All right, so we're bringing in our next competitor, who you guys might know from Next Issue Podcast, somebody who's another friend of the show, Danny Martinez. Danny.
Outstanding enthusiasm. We have Danny. We have Dan. We got this, though.
Now,
and as always, I didn't unmute myself before coming in. Hey, everybody. It's my move. It's my move when I go on somebody's stream.
All right. So here we go. We're going to get rolling here. Just 1 second.
I just want to say, AJ
Moonrise Kingdom.
What was happening? He's like, hey, show up to the stream. Be
you
here.
got one.
So I've been learning by watching you guys.
Oh,
so
you got this, Danny. I have full faith in
luck
you.
of the draw. Luck of the draw there.
Yeah.
So I mean, since we have a lineup of people who know their comics, somebody who actually runs a Fantastic Four podcast.
There's a lot of pressure now.
We gotta run this one. I think. What non-John Krasinski actor should play Reed Richards?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Raul Cooley.
Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, going with Timothy Chalamet. What was your answer, Danny?
Raul Cooley.
Okay, wrong.
Great.
Okay,
Can I get a repeat of the question?
What's that?
Just for a repeat of the question, just for my own personal.
What non-John Krasinski actor should play Reed Richards?
What did Danny do? Let's make sure I got the order right. Okay, so Coy will be starting us off then. JGL, 30 seconds on the clock, starting now.
The MCU is so big, it's an inevitability to get actors in it, and I feel like Joseph Gordon-Levitt is someone we've wanted, and beyond that, he has got that innocence that you want to follow him, but that slight arrogance that make you doubt his ability to be a team player. This is Marvel's verse family. They are a unit. This is love, but Reed is often unlikable, but you still have to be able to like him. Joseph Gordon-Levitt walks that line in everything from Don John to Inception to Third Rock from the Sun. He's been playing this for 30 years. He is the best at this. He is the one that's going to make us believe in the science, believe in the arrogance, and he's got that boyish charm to be Reed, and I want to see him with Sue.
And time. All right, perfect. Danny, you are up to bat next. 30 seconds on the clock starts now.
Look, I just want something fresh, something new, a new take on Reed Richards. We've seen things before. We've never seen anything like Raul Cooley. If you watch Midnight Mass, you know he's got the chops. He's got the pedigree for comics with iZombie. He's been great in all those performances. He looks great in all the fan art. Like, he really pulls off the look. And I just think it would bring something more diverse to the MCU. So I think he'd be perfect for it. That's it.
Yilness, look at you finishing 6 seconds to spare. All right, Dan, you are next. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
There's some important things you need in a Reed Richards. Someone who is one-track mind, very science-oriented. Someone who looks like they would fit with the powers of stretching and body manipulation. And you need someone who's going to last for the long haul. That's Chalamet. He's young enough. We can get a young Fantastic Four with him and his castmates. We have someone who has that smoldery, mysterious look that you would want in a Reed Richards, but you don't know what he's thinking because he's a lot smarter than you. And Timothy, in all of his roles, has shown that he has the ability to do all that. And he's very lanky. So stretching is not
time.
Okay.
All right. Okay. We're getting some interesting thoughts here. All right. 15-second rebuttal time, Coy. Your time starts now.
My guy is Reed Richards, and I cannot wait to see the love interest, whereas Raul Cooley is incredible, but he's the fan pick. We've already seen the fan pick. It didn't work out so well, and we've already seen a young team. Also didn't work out so well. I would like to see something different. I've seen both of these two. My guy's time to shine is now.
And perfect.
Wow. Right on the nose.
All right. And so bouncing back to you, Danny. 15 seconds on the clock starts now.
Look, I just want to say, people forget that Reed Richards is a jerk. He's a butthole. He has no social skills, and I think Raul Cooley's got the skills to get us there. I think some of the other guys are too charming or maybe too, sociable. I don't think they can fit the suit.
And time. Man, both of you nailing that 15-second time there.
Right on it.
All right, Dan, no pressure, but all right, time starts now.
In 90% of his movies, Timothy Chalamet is an asshole. And sorry, for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, there's no way he's going to be in a franchise. All of his projects are independent films that he handpicks. He is not going to want to be in the long haul that it requires to be in the MCU. I'm sorry.
And time. All right, everyone. Giving us some things to think about. Judges, lock in our answers here.
I think we just started a podcast, all three of us down below.
I'd watch it.
This is legit my podcast.
That is your podcast. Are you not aware?
I just want to congratulate everybody for not saying Glenn Powell.
Yeah. I know, it was low-hanging fruit. You could have done it, and you didn't.
That was my second choice.
Thank you.
Flown well.
Thank you.
All right, who's first this time, AJ?
So it would be Bethany, then Juice, then you, sir.
Okay. Again, sorry everyone, drinking game. This is tough, but no, it really was difficult this round. The last couple rounds, it's just really hard. Everyone's really good at speed arguing. I feel like so Danny had me, so something different, and I was like, oh yeah, Raul, we talked about his performance like iZombie, and I was like, oh yeah, I could see it. So that was a good argument first round, and then I kind of got knocked down a little bit though with Coy's response about we've seen the fan cast and it's another fan cast person and it hasn't worked out before, and I was like, okay, it's kind of a knock. When it boiled down to it, I felt like everyone gave a good first response and rebuttal. But then I just feel like in the overall first argument, Dan, when you're kind of talking about Timothée Chalamet, I could see it, and then in your rebuttal, you're like, he's played an asshole before. Like, we all would be like, and just so we know, our person also could be a dick. Which fair, he has. But I feel like you kind of shot yourself in the foot a little bit with the franchise argument with like Timothée Chalamet's got some stuff going on. So like, does he have the time? Like, if you want to talk about people bringing up times. And the other thing was, I feel the initial arguments, I didn't feel as drawn. The other two, I was like, oh, yes, okay. Oh, yeah, JJ Elementary. Okay, oh, Raul, I'm really into that. And then I just feel like the initial argument, I wasn't as sold. You had a little bit of an uphill battle because I was like, I'm not trying to Timothée Chalamet, but again, it's all about the arguments. And I was really excited for you to sell me on him. And I just didn't feel like I was sold as strongly as I was on the other two. So with that said, I had to vote for you on this go round. But who's next? Juice?
Yeah, unfortunately, Bethany said everything I could say. It was just the one I couldn't get fully behind, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
all honestly,
great.
Very good arguments on that and good rebuttals. Because again, I was like, Danny sold me, and then Coy was like, "We've seen the fan cast before." I'm like, dang it, maybe Danny hasn't sold me.
For the record, I love Rahul Kohli. I just had to strike. I had to do it.
Alrighty. So, Dan, we mentioned the Fancast of 4 podcast, which
I might need to rethink that after this. So
the irony of this is ridiculous.
Rethink.
You might be able to find me at the Fancast at 4 on Twitter while I go reevaluate some things.
But tell everybody what the Fancast of 4 is.
Yeah.
So each episode me and a guest take a director and we fan cast a Fantastic Four movie based on actors that they have worked with previously, as long as they don't have major MCU roles. That's really the only caveats. And then once we go through me and my guest go through our cast, we then pitch what those movies might look like.
Who's your Doom opposite Timmy?
Oh man. Depends on the movie. Right now, I actually, if you watch our recent Greta Gerwig episode, I do cast Timothy as my Reed Richards, and I have Tracy Letts as Dr. Doom.
I just watched The King recently. Can it be Robert Pattinson?
I'd go Michael Shannon opposite Lil Tim.
That's a good one.
I'm kind of into all three of those. Can we actually not argue that?
That's why
I feel like you all can do that.
Yeah, can you? I want to hear this. Can you all three get together again and go ahead, get on Dan's show, and we'll do
That's going to be our first episode of our new podcast.
Yes.
Doom.
It's just called Doom. We just cast Doom.
Dan will be back. Dan will be back real soon to defend his Scrubs title.
Yeah, he has to. Yes. He's got a title to defend. That's true.
Eagle's in the chat for Dan.
Eagle. Have I taken out Lomas yet for MVP of the night? Where are we at?
You're at. I think one more round.
Yeah, I think you're tied at the moment.
I think you're tied. Yeah.
Can you guys see me? Or can you hear me?
No.
We can
hear
you.
We can't see you.
I don't know what's going on. Every once in a while, my computer does this thing where
it kills you.
Let's well, the good news is, guys, we planned for just this occasion.
Yeah, we did. We did have a
backup judge
just in case. Yes. I guess, AJ, do you want to go ahead and bring him on?
So Matt Munoz,
homie,
friend of the show, talking smack with Matt,
not
coming.
Yo,
yes, my
what up,
dear friend,
everybody?
He's been acting as our line judge behind the scenes. What that entails for tonight, I don't know.
We knew Juice was having technical difficulties before the show started. We had Matt here in
the
case
wings.
this happened, so Matt is going to take over for
right
you.
there.
So, all right, guys.
Got
So,
it. I got names.
bring in our next competitor. We have someone you might know from the Schmodown as well, formerly of the Finstock Exchange, now working independently. We have Mark the Moose Haas. Moose, how you doing tonight?
He's a silent
we
sip.
cannot hear. You are muted, sir.
You're muted.
Naturally, the fan casting for Reed Richards is Andrew Lincoln. Come on, you're all wrong.
Okay,
like
fair. Fair.
I like it.
I
I like
just
it a
want
lot.
to have everyone fan cast Reed Richards. This is my new favorite thing.
That's literally his podcast.
I know it's part of the dance podcast. I'm just gonna go listen. I'm gonna go binge watch some episodes of it. Clearly.
Okay. So,
Jacket's coming off. This is on.
I feel like this may be my last round.
Does anyone have a TV on in the background or something?
Are the ghosts back?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a ghost or if it's like a TV.
I think it's Matt because he muted and then it went. When Matt muted, it went away. Matt,
I'll stay muted. I can stay muted.
Nope, that was Koi.
As Koi.
Oh, okay.
Man, I keep having ghosts. It's like I'm getting a weird feedback.
Lomas has like cursed Koi.
I really think he has. All right, so we have Danny. We have
With good reason.
We have Koi
Well.
when he comes back.
I did not expect to survive more than one round. I'll say that. So this is just an honor to have made it to this second round.
To beat Dan at his own
At his own game.
His own game.
I just Timothy Chalamet had such an uphill battle.
It
really
is.
We did get another donation from John Lastrina saying the problem with putting your foot on a tiger's neck is you could never let it up. Dominic Toretto.
Fair. That is fair.
Okay.
Wise words.
Oh, a tiger's.
John drove us back.
Pretty sure Timothy Chalamet is still looking out over a desert somewhere, so I think that was probably appropriate to not cast.
So,
I think I was the ghosts again. We fixed it.
The
So, some words you guys might be familiar with. In honor of Moonfall, who should play a grizzled divorcee in the next Roland Emmerich film?
I love this question.
Oh, Gerard Butler.
Ooh.
I'm into that.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Ooh. That's
Tommy Lee Jones. Okay.
Bold strategy, Cod. Let's see how it works out for him.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ooh, okay. All right. So we have Danny will be going up first with Gerard Butler. Moose will be going next with Tommy Lee Jones, and then Koi finishing off the line.
Three very
with
different choices.
Jake
I like
Gyllenhaal.
this.
Okay. So Danny, let me make sure I got my 30 seconds on the clock here. We do, and your time starts now.
Look, Gerard Butler is the definition of grizzled. Like, you can't go wrong with Gerard Butler. Check out his work and other stuff. The Cop Shop, like stuff like that, 300. He's also the definition of divorcee. He just has that. He just has that vibe to him. But it's a Roland Emmerich film. It's about disaster. So the last thing I gotta say is, Geostorm.
And with time to spare, he finishes that off for us. All right, Moose, your 30 seconds are on the clock. Your time starts now.
I'm pretty sure you cannot spell grizzled without Tommy Lee Jones in there somewhere. Tommy Lee Jones is the epitome of grizzled. Okay. We have seen him play a divorcee successfully. We have seen him manage disasters a la Volcano successfully, right? Los Angeles is still standing. Koi's here, so we know that to be the truth. And there's nobody that you want to play a grizzled divorcee managing a disaster like a Moonfall than my man Tommy Lee Jones.
All right. Those touche so far. We're really leading into the divorcee of it all, and I appreciate that. 30 seconds on the clock. Coy, your time starts now.
Jake Gyllenhaal's career is in its third phase. He had his young ingenue indie phase, then he had his seeking awards love phase, where I think he was just trying to work through what he wanted to be as an actor, and now he's in his having fun and doing what he wants phase. He's in his Michael Bay and Spider-Man phase, and in that phase, I want to see him reunite with Day After Tomorrow Roland Emmerich for the full extravaganza of an adult Jake Gyllenhaal having the time of his life, having a good time on set, and he is of the age where him being a divorcee is appropriate. I'd like to see full tilt at an 11 Nick Cage Gyllenhaal grizzled.
Wow.
All right.
Damn.
I knew this was a fun question, and so far it's not let me down. All right, Danny, time starts now. 15-second rebuttal.
Look, Tommy Lee Jones, you're gonna get some Irishman level type of movement with that, in that film. Also, who would divorce Jake Gyllenhaal? There is no way. So, and then the last thing, once again, Geostorm.
Anton, we are really, really going into the Geostorm, and I respect that. All right, 15-second rebuttal starts now.
First off, nobody divorces Gerard Butler. He has to die for the female lead in that movie to get rid of him. Okay. Secondly, Jake Gyllenhaal is way too attractive. I don't care if he's in like his batshit crazy phase where he's having just a lot of fun. I wouldn't divorce that dude. He's still great looking. Tommy Lee Jones, divorced.
Tommy Lee Jones' divorce will be stricken from the record. It came after time. All right. Coy's got an uphill battle here. The 15 seconds. Let's see what he does with it. Time starts now.
It's an action film. What's Tommy Lee Jones going to do? Not to be ageist, but does he have a walker? And yes, Gerard Butler is more divorceable, but maybe Jake did the divorcing and it's Roland Emmerich #Taylor's version. It's very possible. It's very plausible. And I want to see that divorcee more than I want to see these two.
And oh, shoot. I don't want to give away my card, y'all, but Coy may have just won it with the #Taylor's version. Not to give away my card, but... Okay.
Where's the scarf, Jake?
Where is that scarf, Jake? He still has it. Just saying. He remembers it.
Damn.
By the way, we do
have
more donations. One $10 dono from Dan Betnazen. Dan, thank you so much again for coming on. And a $5 donation from Dominic Toretto.
Thank you, Dominic Toretto. One of the show.
The Tiger.
He pops open a Corona and he watches us every week, and we respect him for that. Thank you, Dominic Toretto. Matt, since you're our guest judge here this evening, do you want to go ahead and start us off on this one?
All right, I will. Danny had me with Jerry B. He's always going to be my choice there, I think. The divorcee line was really good. Jake Gyllenhaal's also a good choice, so I chose Moose. Sorry, man.
Fair.
Look, I'm going to say all three had very good arguments. I think I heard the best round two we've done in these two times we've done this, and I'm going to tip my cap to Coy because that was phenomenal. But when it came down to it, I think it came down to, honestly, on this one, taking the full time. And with that in mind, Moose did that. Danny kind of let up. So unfortunately, I'm going Danny on this.
Oh man, I have to be the bad guy and be the tiebreaker now. Yeah, again, I showed my cards a little bit already, and I've stated who won this round for me. But with that said, yeah, I agree with Mike. This was a really great rebuttal round. I found all rebuttals very entertaining. I kind of agree with Mike as well that using your time well, Danny, I feel like you had me at first, like he's the epitome of divorcee, which is kind of funny. And you kind of came in hot with some who would divorce Jake Gyllenhaal, whatever. But then Moose kind of took that and ran with it, who would divorce Jerry B and all that stuff. So with that said, I feel like there's a little bit too much reliance on Geostorm, which is fair considering the movie we are pitching. But I would have liked a little bit more. So with that said, Danny.
But Danny, good job, man.
But yeah, thank you so much for stopping on, Danny.
I mean, I will gladly fall on the Geostorm sword. As a rookie, I think I got a lot to learn from the MasterChef kitchen. So I really appreciate you guys having me here. And I'll keep cooking. I'm gonna keep cooking. So have me back whenever.
Next year.
Chop those onions.
Podcast.
Yeah, dude. You have a great
Thank
night,
you,
man.
Danny.
All right.
So now we can officially say Coy is currently the MVP.
Yeah. You've
Yeah.
officially been Brother Lomas in being MVP.
So who can we bring in?
Can we bring back?
Oh, we have
Brother
we have one more person until actually the next one got lost in all of this. We have another redhead. Actually, we're gonna
My
go
cousin, our
ginger
cousin.
marathon here with a friend of the show, family of the show, cousin Rob.
Cousin
Rob.
I promise not to be biased just because he is family. But my family.
Hashtag family.
Hashtag
We got some
family.
more family coming later. Rob, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys? It's been a great show so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, man, we've been having a good time. Yeah, we're doing pretty great. Always good to see hashtag family on the show. So we're happy to have you here.
Okay, so we're gonna roll right into the next round.
You will never see as many redheads on stream as you do right now.
Yeah, this is
That's
this
true.
is Junior
That's
party
true.
right now. I'm here for it.
Statistically,
It might start a
problem.
fire. A fire to break out.
It's
We
nighttime.
didn't
It's
start
safe
the
for
fire.
us.
Yeah, that's true. That's when we come out and when we feel the most secure.
I lost
Shit,
my soul
guys,
45
it's-
seconds ago.
It's
We
nighttime
didn't
in
have to put on
LA. We need to
sunscreen for
wrap
the
it.
show, so it's been really nice. Yes.
So, all right, guys. So, question for this round: what movie yet to be released in 2022 deserves the most hype?
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Halloween Ends.
I'm gonna make this a challenge for myself, like I did with Box of Moonlight, but on purpose. The Banshees of Inisherin.
All right, hitting me with a deep cut there.
Wow.
That's for AJ, because AJ will understand after this argument. That was just for you, buddy. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right, so
I'm
Moose
not a
is
judge, so let's
first.
see.
Then we have,
That's why it's okay, because I'm shooting a shot that's unbiased. I'm a fair competitor.
That's true. Look at him being fair. All right, so we have Moose, and then we have Cousin Rob, and then we have Coy. Okay, I've got it. I've got the order. Moose, go ahead and hit us with a little Love and Thunder. 30 seconds starts now.
Okay. It's a irrefutable fact that Thor Ragnarok is the best movie in the MCU. We can all agree on that. Why? Because it introduced us to the best character in the MCU, and that is Korg. We are going to get a whole heap load of Korg. Taika Waititi is on his game. Thor Ragnarok is amazing. It took the worst character and made it front and center and one of the fan favorites. This movie, we're upping the stakes. We get Natalie Portman as the Mighty Thor, right?
And
More Korg, Christian Bale.
Oh, wow. Okay. Christian Bale will be stricken from the record.
Son of a bitch.
Cousin Rob, you came in next with Halloween Kills.
Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends. That's right.
Halloween
Halloween Kills was
Ends.
the last one. I don't even know what Halloween we're on anymore, y'all. Okay, so Halloween Ends. 30 seconds starts now.
So to go off of what Bethany just said, we don't even know what Halloween we're on anymore, and that's why this is going to be the perfect movie, because it's finally going to be over. No more Michael Myers films in the future. And it's like, I want to see this go out big and then be done with. No more Laurie Strode, no more Michael Myers. Retire him for good. I'm really excited about it, and I think everyone else is too. So that's my answer.
Time came in just in perfect amount. All right, Coy with the challenge here. Something to do with Banshees, I think. I don't even remember the name of it. Your 30 seconds starts now. Sell us.
I wanted to talk about another movie, to talk about this movie. Has anyone seen In Bruges, Martin McDonagh and Colin Farrell, a team up that changed comedy? I'd like to tell you about another movie coming out this year, written and directed by Martin McDonagh, starring Colin Farrell and Barry Keoghan. It is a movie set in Ireland with two of the greatest Irishmen to ever exist, written by one of the great Irish playwrights of our time. It is a movie I need know nothing else about that deserves more hype. Yes, Halloween's going to do fine, and yes, Thor's going to do fine, but as far as hype, we need to be hyped about real cinema as well as blockbusters, and that's Irish cinema.
And time. I also like that we started this by saying there's so many gingers on screen, and so Coy's like, I'm going to fight for the Irish movie.
For the culture, I was
I'll go
inspired.
with that. That's, you know what? That's just working smart. All right, your 15-second rebuttal time starts now.
We're introducing Christian Bale as War the God Butcher, right? Here's Taika Waititi's pitch for Thor Ragnarok. He's like, I'm going to do Planet Hulk, I'm going to do a buddy cop series. I'm going to do Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster, and
and we'll never know. And Cousin Rob, your 15 seconds starts now.
So the movie Coy talked about, I've never heard of it, so there's that. But Thor Love and Thunder, everybody's hyped about the MCU all the time. We got to give some love to some other franchises once in a while. So I'm going to go with that.
And time. All right. Seriously, who has their TV on? Hearing weird sounds again.
Do you want me to try to leave and come back in before I go?
Hold.
I think it was Matt.
I think it was Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'll stay muted.
Okay. All right. So
now
Matt
that
will
you're
stay
back.
muted unless he is talking, so that way we can. I think
you're good, Coy.
I think it's
Okay,
Matt.
cool.
Yeah. All right. So you have 15 seconds on the clock. Coy, your time starts now.
You know what I love, but I've seen 7 of? Thor. You know what I'm okay with, but I've seen 20 of? Halloween. Yes, Halloween ends. It keeps ending. It will always end. In 5 years, it'll end again. We'll keep getting more of them, and we'll keep getting more great MCU films. I want a movie I'll remember more than just look forward to the next one of, and that's The Banshees of Inisherin.
Time. All right. It's another kind of. All right. I think I have an answer, but I don't know.
By the power of ginger.
All right, AJ, who goes first this time?
Don't play the ginger card.
I think it's.
Hey, I'm a blonde
Matt,
Irishman.
Matt,
Take offense to that.
We're
Matt,
all
you
in
went
for
first
I
last
just
time,
went
right?
first. I just went first.
So it'll be back around to Mike first.
Okay. So this round, again, when it came to overall pitching and debating, I had a clear number one. My number 2 and number 3 were kind of like, I went back and forth. And purely on... Oh, Kitty.
More red.
Well, he brings the animals, too, to pitch his case.
It's really
Ginger cat.
really weighing it on
I'll be
this.
right back with my bulldog.
Ginger cat now.
So my argument is going to come purely on basically one argument was purely about the film they discussed, and the other one actually made a rebuttal. And so with that, I'm going to have to say, sorry, Moose.
Oh, we brought a puppy
You got a puppy
in.
My dog's name is Darby, after Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Suck on that, you ginger Irish.
That's fantastic. Sorry, is it me, AJ, or Matt? He's muted.
You're muted, AJ.
Sorry, it's you. It's you.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Yeah. So this one was a little difficult. I thought Cousin Rob actually argued a very kind of funny way. Like he was like, I just want this thing to end, which I thought was kind of, but I liked that. Like I was like, this is sort of like a weird backwards compliment argument, but I'm kind of into it. Coy chose an uphill battle, and again, just like the moon round, I was like, yeah, no, you're right. Like we are gonna get a million MCU movies. We've had a million Halloween. So I thought the rebuttal was really strong on that. I think what really was Moose's downfall, because your first argument was good, because I am into Thor Love and Thunder. I am into Taika Waititi's vision. You sold me. We have a Korg Funko Pop, so you're right. Korg is a great character.
We bought this the first time we went shopping during the pandemic because we saw it and it made us happy.
Yes.
So
You really sold me, honestly, with that. I was like, yes, Korg, you're right. He's great. We love him. But I just thought the other 2 rebuttals are a bit stronger. So with that said, even though I love your dog, I had to vote for you.
And Moose, you're our homie. You know that.
No. Yes, thank you. I swear this isn't teachers ganging up on you. Thank you for stopping in and having a fun debate with
Moose,
us
tell
today.
us where we can find you.
I'm on Twitter at Big Moose Haas. Subscribe to this channel. They're putting out great content. So I got nothing to really pitch.
Launch
Good to see you guys.
You're our homie.
Much. All right.
AJ, what are we at in donations? Do you have an average number?
We did get 2 more real quick. One from Dominic Doretto.
Dominic. His other brother.
I hate Corona. I killed my family. I live my life 4 miles. Opposite 1/4 is 4/1 at a time. I don't have a driver's license. I have a full head of hair. I speak very coherently. See y'all in Fast 11 when they open the multiverse.
Oh,
and
that's excited for that. Enjoy.
And another $5 donation from Jared Butler. I really like that data guy. Does he have a YouTube channel or something? I think it's Next Issue Podcast. You should bring him back.
We should.
Geostorm.
Hashtag Geostorm, everyone. Get it trending.
So, bringing in, we have a new MVP for the evening. We're bringing in the former MVP, the 2021 MVP of the show.
Yes.
John Whatstravaganza. John.
Here we go.
The family.
So I see someone's trying to be funny, making some ha-has, making fun of Dominic Toretto and attacking the family. Whoever you are, you suck, and I'm coming for you.
I know their name.
Whatstravaganza, is this our official
This is our last entry,
round,
right?
Yep. This
So
is the
to
last
go-
round.
We will be, this round we will still be eliminating someone, and then we will pick a winner out of our final 2, correct? Just so I'm aware.
Yeah,
of the
we're
rules.
gonna keep going until people get eliminated. So.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood this. Here at the end, it always gets a little confusing for me. Okay. We're all on the same page.
Let's just make sure we get everything right, get everything set up correctly, so we're ready to go. Let's just make this right.
Get those racing gloves on.
Let's fucking do this. Right. And now we're ready to go.
All right.
So
Now just fucking
we're
dive
going to
in.
go
Let's do
into. We're going to pull the heartstrings a little bit. With
Ooh.
John Williams set to retire after Indy 5. What film, not franchise, what film has the best John Williams score?
Jaws.
Iconic.
Raiders.
Host with the most.
Raiders.
Raiders. Okay.
Let's go with E.T.
All right. Someone knows how
Someone
to win
knows
my heart.
the judges.
Someone knows the judges very well. Did I ride ET 40 times the 40th anniversary? Maybe. Maybe I did. That was a good pick. Heard that theme a lot that day.
All
So
right.
beautiful.
I know AJ had to step out, but he's not a judge, so it's all good. So let's start
Yeah,
with
and I keep the time. All right,
let's
so
start with Rob.
we came in. Cousin Rob will be going first with Jaws, Coy then with Raiders, and finishing off with #family with ET. Okay, Cousin Rob, if you're ready, 30 seconds starts now.
So obviously everybody knows that the score was really important because the mechanical shark didn't work during the filming of the movie. That being said, what makes the score so phenomenal is that it plays through the entire movie and it helps bring you into this world. You're totally submerged with Brody and Hooper and everyone else, right? And then that music is timeless. Anytime somebody sees a shark, they start humming the score to the movie. It's timeless, iconic. Go to the beach.
And
Go to the beach.
fair. All right, Coy arguing while Raiders of the Lost Ark here. 30 seconds on the clock starts now.
You know what genre usually doesn't work? Adventure movies. You know what usually doesn't play? People wearing silly jackets and fedoras running through jungles. It usually doesn't translate. Why it translates is John Williams immerses you in the belief of adventure. This movie's dialogue doesn't work without the score. This movie's action doesn't work without the score. This movie, unlike these other movies, doesn't work without the score. It's iconic, it's memorable, and the songs that you can't hum, you can feel. And that's what a score is supposed to be. It's a feeling, it's an experience, it's immersive, and it's Indiana Jones. Even more than the fedora, the score is him.
Time. All right. Ooh, I love a good John Williams argument. Okay. John Whatstravaganza, 30 seconds on the clock, and go.
When we talk about feeling, when you really want to feel it, Elliot fucking going with E.T., floating on the bicycle, and the fucking music kicks in, and holy fucking shit, there goes the fucking tears. Okay, you're in it, you believe, it's just grabs you by the heartstrings. And again, E.T., winner of Best Original Score, beautiful, timeless classic. So it stood the test of time after how many years? What is it, 40 years? Whatever it is at this point, it has stood the test of time as we
And
see.
time. Exactly 40 years. June 11th. Just passed its 40th birthday.
The
everyone's
Witches
seen-
of Eastwick. What's up, people? Oh, I don't get to play? Okay.
All right, Cousin Rob.
Cousin Rob with-
You got 15 seconds on the clock. These are all iconic scores. Great first round arguments. Let's hear these rebuttals. Your time starts now.
So you guys talk about feelings, right? And emotions. The biggest feeling and emotion that a lot of people can feel is fear. And every time I hear the score to Jaws, I feel fear all the way down to my bones, just like the people in the water did versus the shark. So that's all I gotta say.
Beautiful. That was perfectly timed. All right. Coy, 15-second rebuttal starts now.
Jaws is great. The main theme's a couple notes. It's very simple and works, but it works. E.T., I don't remember a single bit of. I'm glad it won an Oscar, but a lot of bad things like Crash have won an Oscar. My movie doesn't work without the score. These movies do work with the score. That's why this is the best score, and that's why Harrison brought out John Williams for this introduction of Indy 5, because he's the MVP.
All right.
And John.
John Lestrina.
So I just want to make sure that Coy just said bad things and referring to E.T. I mean, dude, look at, these people were nice enough to bring you on again to their show, and you're gonna just fucking stab them in the face like that, dude. Come on, man, that's not fucking cool. It's not very family.
Oh, thank you, Lestrina, for defending our honor. I'm gonna pretend that
Always.
Coy was saying that for the bit, and he remembers the score very well, and he loves it.
No,
It's
based
E.T.
on the arguments. You don't get to pretend. It's based on
I
the
argued
arguments.
against a thing that I had to.
He was put in a position. He didn't want to be. Okay.
Just like every other round, a thing that I had to.
I love all these movies,
It's John Williams.
Yeah. Can you argue against John Williams? Okay.
You guys
The
put me in
most
a spot.
important
I had to
person-
mention Crash. You know why I like
Yep.
mentioning Crash? Not at all.
Nope. Hi, Dan.
John Williams is the most
Dan.
important person in Hollywood history.
Indy 5, they brought out him, not James Mangold. I'm just saying.
Yep.
That was in the argument. I'm not adding to it. You heard it.
That's true. He did say that. It's a lot of
All
time.
right.
Oh, okay. This one's really difficult. They're all difficult. Okay.
I just
all
want
right.
to take a moment, make sure everyone said hi to Dan because he said hi in the chat. So hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. I
I
don't know. Matt's going first, I think. Guess that's Matt. Well,
Okay. Yeah. I'll explain, I guess. Yeah, I agree with Rob that like when you hear that theme music to Jaws, like that shit's like innate, like you know where that sound comes from and shit. Like everyone recognizes it. And I like Coy's answer too, but I had to vote for John. Just because I don't know who can identify ET theme song like other than super fans or something.
It's okay to be a super fan.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm just saying the aghast look was I got a life-size Deadpool. There's no judgment.
So
it's like my childhood. Is that theme song, Matt? You can't recognize it. You can't hum a bar for me right now. Oh,
Is this the second time I fucked up with you, Bethany?
Matt, I still got nothing but love for you.
All right, thank
You're
you.
the best.
So if you were to ask me to name my 5 or 10 favorite scores of all time, these 3 movies are all in it. And basically what it came down to was the way that the arguments were presented. And I found 2 that very much swayed, with a logical approach, and one that kind of just went for heartstrings. And that's the reason I made the decision that I made. And love you, buddy, but
Family.
John.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
gee whiz, what a big surprise. Oh, man, the fix was in from the beginning. Oh, darn, man. Oh, I'm so surprised, so shocked.
You know that's not true, family.
You
They'll never
gave
turn it
it
back on you.
Yeah, you gave it a really good try though by picking E.T. That was the right choice, and I would like to applaud you for that. But I gotta say,
all three picks are fantastic.
Cousin Rob really did kind of sell it with that opening line, which is true. Like the shark wasn't working. What sold the whole movie is those two notes. It's a simple score, but it sells the whole
I would have went with that, like the exact opposite. It was like it only needed two notes to be memorable. And again, you're advancing, but like if you'd said that would have been home run out of the park.
It's true. And then Coy won me over with that. It is true. They did introduce John. Well, yeah.
But John, tell us where we can find you.
Family.
Well, if you're not going to stab me in the back again, you can find me over. What is it? I think it's my first name _ last name on Twitter. If you like seeing Fast and Furious retweets or wrestling retweets or music or video game related tweets, that's what you get from me. And if you like Fast and Furious replies to your tweets, I'm your guy. You can also find me over on the Fancasted 4 podcast. I did an episode on Justin Lin, as well as there's something special in the works soon with my guy Dan that we're going to do, a very fun episode. Might be a little Muppety, but I might have said too much. And so, looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Well, John, come back soon. Come hang out with us. We love you. You're always welcome here.
Yeah, and if I may, you know what to say. Money comes and goes. We know this, but the most important thing will always be the people in this room, right here, right now. Salute me, familia.
Salute. Family.
All
My
right.
pockets ain't empty, cuz.
So we've got two left.
We've got
two. Oh, I see it.
Wait.
I'm
getting a stretch break. Yeah, I'm a little, nervous playing the champion here.
God, a final two of gingers. I couldn't have planned this better.
We have a technicality.
What's that?
So we have a judge right now, and we have somebody backstage who hasn't competed.
Okay.
Which means we have to play him. Did you guys catch the very beginning of the stream? Nobody caught the very beginning of the stream. It's cool. It's technically in the rules, especially since we had some people come in, drop out, all that stuff. So technically, especially since we have one judge who would be wholly impartial, we have to play Justin the Juice.
Look, Whitnabon, the pizzas were supposed to be delivered by now. I don't understand any of that. I'm drinking a Vesper.
I had my
first.
You're a jabroni.
Look, I'm at Griffin Park. I don't even own the place. You're the janitor. If anyone's going to deliver the pizzas, it's you.
You got to put down the appletini.
I don't even know what a jabroni is. You're a jabroni. All right, sorry guys. What's happening?
We had Justin hosting all night, and now Juice is here.
Apparently, you got to play.
We're doing some kind of show with some kind of thing.
Yeah, we
Coy's here, so I assume it's some kind of speed thing.
Yes,
we talk real fast and have a good time. Okay.
Yep, we've all been doing speed.
Honestly, no, I'm equally biased to all people. I have two gingers and then one person who I co-host a show with. So, in case anyone's worried about any biases, I am equally biased to all people.
Okay, so
Matt is impartial, though.
I don't understand any of that.
That's true.
Let's keep them rock and rolling, guys. 2 rounds left. We have a final boss character in here. So let's roll with loose. Kevin Smith announced that the trailer for Clerks 3 drops next week. What is the best performance in a Kevin Smith movie?
Jason Lee as Brody.
Okay. Who has the best performance? Yep.
George Carlin and Jersey Girl.
Oh man.
Ooh. That's a good one.
Ooh.
Ben Affleck in Chasing Amy.
Okay. I have to say, first, John Lestrino was going for my heart with ET score, and now Coy has entered in with Brody, who is Mike's all-time favorite character. So everyone knows their judges.
He
Good
won
work.
with Brody last year.
That is true. That's true. Oh my god, I forgot about that. All right. Well, you know what? He's sticking with what works, and I respect that. Okay, so we have in that order then. It was Coy locked in first, then Cousin Rob, and then Juice, correct? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure I have my order. I got my 30 seconds.
Now, first off, I mean, that might be the real answer.
That's fair, actually.
Applesauce, bitch.
Yeah.
We got 30 seconds on the clock, and Coy, your time starts now.
Jason Lee isn't just the best performance in the View Askew universe, it's prophetic. This is a man that predicted the culture we live in today. This is a man with effortless charm that came from skateboarding that hadn't even acted before, that gave us the world we were living in. He was a true fan. He's the anti-Big Bang Theory. This is a man that is community-based nerd. This is a man that embraces nerd culture and espouses it. This is a man who's able to balance comedy, drama, and steal the show. Mallrats was supposed to be a TS movie. Brody stole the whole thing. Waste not, want not, use Jason Lee in everything. Brody is our hero we need and deserve.
And time. All right. Cousin Rob, you are up to bat. Your 30 seconds starts now.
So when it comes to who's going to play Ben Affleck's dad in a new romantic comedy from Kevin Smith, what better actor than George Carlin to stand toe-to-toe with Ben Affleck and tell him how it's going to be? George Carlin brings a performance unlike any George Carlin performance we've ever seen before. And yeah, he's a highlight of a mediocre film. He elevates it by at least 10% in my book and really hammers it home. But, you know, George Carlin, Jersey Girl, Ben Affleck, it's a solid film. Go check it out if you've never seen it before.
And time. Perfect timing. Juice. Juice is loose starting now.
Ben Affleck delivers a stellar performance in Kevin Smith's more serious film. It's not a straight comedy where everyone is just cracking out jokes and making fun of everyone. Ben Affleck delivers a very serious performance and has a very great character arc where he comes from one point of view to another, explores a lot of things. The film tackles serious issues. It does serious stuff. Ben Affleck does serious Ben Affleck things. It's great.
Thank you for that, Juice. That was beautiful. All right, and time. 15-second rebuttals. We go circle back to Coy. Your time starts now.
Carlin does elevate a C to a B, and that's commendable, but Brody elevates a C to an A, and I do think that's harder to do, and I also think drama and comedy is much harder than just drama. Sure, Ben Affleck's serious, great, but drama and comedy, and that arc of Brody makes you empathize with him as opposed to just experiencing him.
Time. All right, Cousin Rob, your 15 seconds starts now.
All your guys' picks are fantastic, but I'm going to die on the hill that fucking George Carlin. That's all I got to say about it. He's the greatest of all time, greatest that will ever be, and his material is even more relevant now than it's ever been.
And
my time.
Yeah. Juice?
It is George Carlin. However, Adam Witt earlier won on a movie that had Rodney Dangerfield doing Rodney Dangerfield stuff. Just simply an amazing comedic actor being in the movie doesn't make that performance anything like extremely special. They're very special.
They're very special. We streamed from the record.
Round one, very serious. Round two, very special.
That was, Juice, you came in. Of course, I don't want to come off as biased, but you did come in and go toe to toe with some good competitors. So that was impressive. I'm impressed. I was like, I don't know if she went. Okay, I'm locked in. Are you locked in?
Yeah.
Matt, are you locked in?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Who's
starting
first?
again? God, we're really good at this. AJ.
What's that?
Who's first?
Sorry,
I think it's Mike.
Question. I think it is Mike.
Yeah, no,
All right.
Matt's right.
When push comes to shove again, I had outright winner in this round, and then I had the other two, and I had to go based on pretty much based on round one in this particular argument. And love you all in this chat right now and everybody, but I hate to say this, but
The juices lose. Wait, where's my? Can you
Somebody
find...
play the sad version of the Mortal Kombat theme on a guitar.
Oh, before we go any further, we have to salt Cousin Rob because Danny asked for it in the chat, and if anyone ever asks for salt in the chat, they get it. So It's going to happen real quick while I'm deliberating.
Now,
Okay, here we go.
I also wanted to do one thing before
There we
before
go.
my time is up as judge. I do have to show something. My mother-in-law gave me this for Christmas 2 years ago. Coy, you'll appreciate it. It is a shirt with the
Of the
map
mall,
of
the Eden Prairie
Eden
Mall.
Prairie Mall.
Oh, I know that layout anywhere.
Rats.
Don't you worry. I know where the escalators are, and that kid is back on the escalator again.
Yep.
The Easter Bunny's down the other side, bro.
It's been there since the day after Christmas.
Oh, Lord. This is now turning into a Mallrats. First, it was Glenn
just quote
Powell.
Mallrats for a while.
A Glenn Powell Appreciation Podcast. It is now also Mallrats.
This stream has gone somewhere very uncomfortable. Like
You're welcome, Danny. I'm here to solve. Okay, I think it's me next. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull the Band-Aid off. Very well fought round. I agree. I feel like this one, I had a pretty clear-cut winner, and then it was kind of determining who, we are getting to the end here. Our final boss has entered. With that said, I feel like round one arguments, unfortunately, Juice, I love you, but your round argument wasn't as good as the other two arguments. So with that said, the Juice is loose. But the Juice can come back to Juice things.
Yep, keep you on screen. You're part of the show.
Ben Affleck doing that, but Juice, obviously, since you can come and help us judge this last round because you are a member of the show. Oh, Justin's back. Okay, sweet.
Hey, we lost Juice, but we got Justin.
So we got Justin. All right. It is down to
so
the
I'm
final
We are to our finals too.
Rob?
For the championship.
Yes, Justin.
Does that count?
John Drew and Rob
For the
Fishback.
championship. Will Coy be the back-to-back champ, or will a fellow Ginger steal it from him? He'll still have MVP status.
Now,
We'll see.
if you remember last year, the final two question is an or question. Makes it a little bit harder, especially because it comes from my imagination.
Oh, God.
Who is better at eating on screen? Robert Downey Jr. or Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt.
Quite threw that out before you even said it.
Didn't even need to know who
Come
the other
on.
was.
When you think of eating on screen, you think of... All right, Cousin Rob, you got an uphill battle, but I have full faith in you. You will be arguing for RDJ. Coy will be arguing for Brad Pitt. Let me get our 5 seconds on the clock. This is for everything, everyone.
This is the finals.
The finals. Everyone also judges. Just to remind you, will be voting for the winner.
Yes, this time we're picking the winner. Yes.
To remind myself and the rest of us. Okay, 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
Brad Pitt is a character actor. Oh, who goes first?
You do. You do, Coy. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, can we restart the clock just so I get those?
Yeah, restarting. Okay.
Coy goes first.
And Coy, your time starts now.
Brad Pitt is a character actor trapped in a handsome man's body. He can't help it. What he can do is use that very handsome body to articulate and make himself and us feel calmer. He does that by eating. Everything that man eats enhances the scene. Everything that man eats, I want to eat because he is so effortlessly cool. It makes not only Brad Pitt better, it makes the movie better. It makes the character better. It relates us to Brad Pitt as a man that's impossibly charming and handsome, that shouldn't exist on this earth, but also makes us feel like we know the character a little better because they're so freaking cool all through eating.
And time. All right. Cousin Rob, deep breath. Are you ready? Time start now.
So, you know what the last thing I want to see Brad Pitt do on screen is? Eat. Why waste that talent by eating? He can do so many other things. Robert Downey Jr., he's phenomenal. He's a great actor. He's not as good as Brad Pitt, but he's a great actor. So you want to take him to a delicatessen and watch him eat a salami sandwich, that's fine with me. You want to take him, go eat some pizza, that's fine with me too. He eats well on screen. He eats very well on screen. I just don't want to see Brad Pitt on screen. That's all I got to say.
I never thought the words "he eats well on screen" would
He
be uttered
eats
on
well
this
on
podcast. But you know what had happened, and I'm here for it.
Put it on a shirt.
Put on a shirt. I'd wear it. He eats well on screen. Cousin Rob. All right. Ooh, we got 15 seconds on the clock. Coy, your last 15 seconds of this entire competition this evening starts now.
Not only does Brad Pitt eating endear us to him, but Downey Jr.'s eating takes away his most powerful weapon, his mouth. Downey Jr. is used to vocalize, to verbalize, to be verbose. The man is a walking punchline that we need because that smarm is the Downey. Brad is the charm. Smarm versus charm, one needs to eat.
Oh man, but AJ, your last round questions really always are fantastic. Okay, cousin Rob, tell me about RDJ and his eating. Your time starts now.
RDJ and his eating is a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. I think, honestly, the next movie he makes should just be an hour and 45 minutes of him going from town to town and eating at the best 5-star restaurants that they have to offer. I'd buy a ticket far in advance.
Whew, okay, this one is. Oh man, AJ, thank you for that question. Thank you. Before we wrap up and name our champion, everyone, let's please give a big round of applause for AJ for putting on yet another speed round.
This is all AJ.
Every
This is all
competitor.
AJ, every competitor.
Every competitor
Thank
tonight.
you for coming on. I know this has been a long night. We're about 2 hours in, so thank you everyone for sticking with us. Everyone who competed, it's been a really fun time. We had a really good time with the stream. We had a really good time with it last time, and it continues to be fun. So whoever wants to come back and do this again for a 3rd year, you let us know. That is true. I think for that alone, he gets points, Danny. Okay. Oh God, that was. Oh man.
All right, AJ, who's going first?
Okay, I'm not even locked in yet.
Well, let's see here. Mike, you went first last time, right? So it's Bethany.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not even ready yet. Okay.
I'll go first.
Wait, I stopped talking my answer.
You are naming your winner on this
Yes.
round.
Naming our winner. Okay,
Yeah,
Mike.
this is big. This is big.
This is
I'm
big.
not going to actually show my board the winner. I'm going to show my board for the reason of the winner. That was one of the best arguments I've ever heard. Twice tonight, you outdid anything you did last year. So, Coy, I'm voting for you.
Yeah, I just want to say, literally, this entire argument was so fun. I just love that cousin Rod there at the end was like, I'd watch a whole hour and 45 minutes of that man eat. I love to watch him eat. Was great. I enjoyed the fact. I really think, again, it's a funny question, but I really feel like both gentlemen really, gave it their all and brought up some very valid points. But again, there's a reason he is the speed round champion, y'all. I hate to, we're already like giving away who wins, I guess, but I did vote for Coy, cousin Rob, your family, and I love you. But Coy
Cousin
is
Rob, by the way.
speed round champ of the world for a reason. And it showed again tonight.
Matt, show
us your winner. Your vote. I'd like to everyone's votes just for funsies.
Yep.
Boy, Juice or Justin, as yours go back.
I wasn't paying attention to any of that, but I do want to say that Brad Pitt does smell. David Leitch, the director of Deadpool 2 and all those movies, that's working with Brad Pitt. He is from Kohler. He is from the town next to me. He was best friends with my friend's dad. They still are in contact. They still talk to him. And they're like, hey, David Leitch, how is things? And he's like, things are good, but Brad Pitt smells, and I don't like it. So there's that. Anyway.
Okay.
That's a fair
That's all I
tangent.
got.
Can I add that this year something happened that didn't happen last year? These 3 signs, that was the first time my name was written down the entire game, which means I didn't lose a single vote, a single round at any point.
That is true. Yeah, you're right. That is different from last year. So look, up in his game, y'all. It's the reason he's still the champ.
And I gave 2 challenge answers. I went some deep. I defended a movie no one had heard of twice.
It's true.
Well, we'll have to see if somebody else on the screen can movie fight you at some point for sure.
I'm around.
Not,
I'm around.
Not gonna say who. Not gonna say who.
2023?
But,
2023.
we'll
We're booking him now.
We'll see about it.
You know Coy's coming back.
Cousin Rob, seriously, what a great
Cousin
job.
Rob, you did fantastic.
You came in there and you really gave it a nice strong ending. Everyone tonight, honestly, thank you so much.
This was
I
awesome.
had a really good time.
Yep.
I had laughs. Everyone really argued some good things. Puppies and kitties were saved. AJ, what's our final tally for the evening for Care Rescue LA?
So I have not done the math. Let's see here. I do math quick. So 25, 35.
I think we got another stream math, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So 5 and 11, so 26, 56. It's jumping out. I'm gonna have to get the the final tally in just 1 second here.
While you're doing that,
yes, do the plugs.
Matt,
do the plugs.
Matt, as our guest judge, tell us
thank
everything
you.
that you're working on
Yes,
now.
thank you for doing the hard part for me.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, Juice. No, I'm just doing my show, talking smack with Matt. You know, got that going. Doing some unboxings and shit. That's about it.
Awesome. I always
I love the
enjoy popping
unboxings.
into your unboxings.
The
They make me
unboxings are
happy.
fantastic. Just seeing what you get, I always enjoy those so much. Like talking smack, I love talking smack too. But the unboxings are just great. Just seeing your reaction to what you pull out is
I
fantastic.
just get a pop up on my
Hell
Facebook,
yeah.
and every time I have to pop in for at least a minute, I'm like, "Oh yeah, how's Matt doing?" It makes me
Yeah,
happy.
thanks. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cousin
we just
Rob,
got-
where can the people find you?
You can find me all over the place at Rob Fishbeck. And next week, me and Lego will be doing our 1960s episode on characters of culture, covering all the best movies from the 1960s.
Oh, I'm into that. I'm into you and Lego hanging out, talking good times, talking good movies. And Coy, last but not least,
Coy.
everyone kind of knows they can find you, but where can the people find you?
Schmodown, New Rock Stars, Real Rejects, my own channel, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Koicast. I don't like free time. I haven't had any in a while. I was named Best Dressed at the Thor Marvel premiere. That was so cool. That was
That's
ridiculous.
cool.
It was me and Kat Dennings, and I felt like a prom king.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was
You did look fantastic, Coy.
I was just
Good
I didn't know
company.
that was a goal I had, and then when I had it, I was like, this is something I wanted. So I'm gonna put that on my special skills in the resume. Is just I was once named Best Dressed at a Marvel premiere.
I would.
It just felt like a little extra feather in my cap. Yeah, basically, I'm doing so many shows that Patreon's gotten crazy, but I do have one of those, and that is how I met the great AJ Lancaster and through the wilds of the internet. And I just want to say that your guys' little community is like one of the most welcoming and rad. So you guys know that I'm on every show on the internet. And so I've got a little bit more data to back this up. You guys are absolutely incredible, and it's such a good family you got here.
Right on.
Thank you, Coy.
Oh, that's
That means a lot.
nice.
That means a
We
lot.
love.
By the way, guys,
Allie?
with our most recent donation from John Lastrina saying, "Oh, we have 2 more."
Yep.
It starts with the eyes. She's gotta have those kind of eyes that can look right through the bullshit to the good in someone. 20% angel, 80% devil, down to earth. Ain't afraid to get a little engine grease under her fingernails. Dom Toretto.
We just
And
watched
another
one.
$5 donation from John Lastrina saying, AJ, don't think you can get off so easy. Don't leave town. Han. I'll see you soon. Luke Hobbs for Pablo.
Thank
So
you.
with that, I haven't done the pre-fees factoring, but the post-fees factoring, but we had a pre-fees factoring of 186 for donations, so it should be somewhere close to about 210 that I'm sending in to Care Rescue LA from us tomorrow, guys. And with that,
appreciate you, but not the birds for you, brother Lomas.
that is the stream.
I'm pretty certain. Wait, like Lomas lasted 5 rounds.
Yeah, so I guess now that Koi's officially the winner and Lomas is officially our MVP. So yeah, congrats
All
to
right,
everyone.
guys.
Thanks again for stopping in.
Oh,
and
next week.
Yes, catch us next week when we're doing a Stranger Things tier list, because if there's one thing that we love to do at What the Show, it's rank children. Good night.